Hello, and welcome to our radio drama presentation of William Shakespeare's Verily, A New Hope, Star Wars Part the Fourth by Ian Dosher. This show was originally written as a stage play, so narration is in the form of stage directions. In addition, as with many of Shakespeare's works, characters sometimes have asides. An aside is internal dialogue, something that the audience can hear but the other characters on stage cannot. All asides will be indicated via narration. Please note that this is a live performance and the cast has no rehearsals together, so there may be occasional stumbles in the dialogue. We're expecting to have a lot of fun and hope you will too. And now, please enjoy Verily, A New Hope. Prologue. Outer Space. Enter Chorus.
It is a period of civil war. The spaceships of the rebels, striking swift from base unseen, have gained a victory o'er the cruel galactic empire, now adrift. Amidst the battle, rebel spies prevailed and stole the plans to a space station vast, whose powerful beams will later be unveiled and crush a planet. 'Tis the Death Star blast. Pursued by agents sinister and cold, now Princess Leia to her home doth flee, delivering plans and a new hope they hold of bringing freedom to the galaxy. In time so long ago begins our play, in a star-crossed galaxy, far, far away.
Exit. Act 1, Scene 1. Aboard the Rebel ship. Enter C3PO and R2D2.
Now is the summer of our happiness, made winter by this sudden, fierce attack. Our ship is under siege, I know not how. Oh, hast thou heard? The main reactor fails. We shall most surely be destroyed by this. Our warrant madness lies herein. Oh, we're doomed. The princess shall have no escape this time. I fear this battle doth portend the end of the rebellion. Oh, what misery!
Exeunt C3PO and R2D2. Enter Chorus.
Now watch, amazed, as swiftly through the door the army of the Empire flieth in, and as the troopers through the passage pour, they murder several dozen rebel men.
Chorus exits. Fighting begins. Enter rebels. Many die. Enter stormtroopers and Darth Vader. Exeunt. Enter R2D2 with Princess Leia. C3PO is across the stage.
Pray, R2D2, where art thou?
Exit Princess Leia.
At last, where hast thou been? I fear they come in this direction. Pray, what shall we do? Oh, my circuitry o'erloads, my mind's o'erthrown, and fear hath put its grips into my wires. We shall be sent unto that place I dread, the Kessel spice mines whence no droid returns, and there shall be blasted into who knows what.
R2D2 begins to exit.
Oh, anon, R2, where dost thou go? Oh, prithee, patience, leave me not alone.
Aside.
Ay, even though I mock and injure thee, I'll surely die ere thou dost leave me.
Exeunt droids. Scene 2. Aboard the Rebel ship. Enter Darth Vader carrying Rebel Leader 1 by the neck, and stormtroopers.
The Death Star plans we cannot find herein, nor are they on the main computer, Lord. In short, they are not here, and there's an end.
Thou speakest well, my stormtrooper, and not well upon my ear this message falls. I turn to thee, thou rebel. I lift thy head above my own. Thou canst no choose to keep thy secrets locked safe in that head, and therefore lose the life thou holdest dear, or else to keep thy head, and thus thy life. My patience runneth quickly out, much like the sands across the dune of Tatooine. So tell me, else thou diest quick, where shall we find transmissions thou dost intercept? What hast thou done say with these plans?
Darth Vader begins to choke Rebel Leader 1.
My lord, my head and life I value. Certain 'tis, And yet to thee I must report, we have not intercepted one transmission. Ah! This is a consular ship, and nothing more, on diplomatic mission. Ah!
Thou knave, why thy last breath hear thou this word? If this is but a consular ship, then where is thy ambassador?
Rebel Leader 1 dies.
Commander, prithee thee go. Rend thou this ship apart until the plans are found, and bring me any passengers upon thy life. I want them alive.
Exeunt stormtroopers.
And so another dies by my own hand. This hand which now encased in blackness is. Oh, that the fingers of this wretched hand had not pain of suffering ever known. But now my path is joined into the dark, and wicked men whose hands and fingers move to crush their foes. And now my company, so shall my fingers ever undertake, to do more evil I, and this my hand, shall do the Emperor's bidding evermore. And thus we see how fingers persuade death, and hands become the instruments of fate.
Exit Darth Vader. Enter stormtroopers searching. Enter Princess Leia holding a blaster.
Aye, there is one! My comrade set for stun!
Princess Leia shoots and Stormtrooper 1 dies. Stormtroopers stun Princess Leia.
She shall be well. Now go inform the dread Lord Vader we have caught a prisoner.
Aside.
And may Mos Eisley drink flow swift and free when Vader grants rewards for work well done.
Exeunt stormtroopers with Princess Leia. Enter C-3PO and R2-D2 as the latter enters escape pod.
Hold, thou art not permitted to go in. Deactivated thou shalt surely be.
Beep, 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 beep.
Thou shalt not label me a mindless brute philosopher. Nay, nay, thou overladen glob of grease, thou imp, thou rubbish bucket fit for scrap, thou blue and silvern pile of panther dung. Now come and get thee hence away, lest someone sees.
Beep, 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 squeak, beep, 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 whip.
What secret mission, and what plans? What dost thou talk about? I'll surely not get in.
Sound of blast.
I warrant I'll regret this. So say I.
Exit C-3PO into escape pod. R2-D2 aside.
This golden droid has been a friend, 'tis true, and yet I wish to still his prating tongue. An imp he calleth me? I'll be revenged, and merry pranks aplenty I shall play upon this pompous droid C-3PO. Yet not in language shall my pranks be done. Around both humans and the droids I must be seen to make such errant beeps and squeaks that they think me simple. Truly, though, although with the sounds oblique I speak to them, I clearly see how I shall play my part, and how a vast rebellion shall succeed by and with the wisdom of a simple droid.
Exit R2-D2 into escape pod. Enter chorus.
Now climb the metal pair into the pod, which shooteth from the ship like a laser blast, and to the planet's face, as straight as rod, the capsule takes the droids by power vast.
Exit chorus. Enter Imperial Chief Pilot and Captain.
There strays another one.
Pray, hold thy fire. For certain there are no life forms aboard, and truly what may be the chance that aught but life alone could fly within that pod? The rebels could not be so cunning, bold, to put the Death Star plans therein. If I were one to bet, I'd stake my life on it. All's well that endeth well, so say the wise, and so that pod shall live to land below.
Exeunt Chief and Pilot. Enter droids, aside in escape pod.
'Tis but a jest. Aye, surely we are mocked, for R2-D2, plainly canst thou see, the damage looks but minor from below. Can thou be sure this pod is safe? Oh,
Exeunt. Scene 3. Aboard the rebel ship. Enter Darth Vader and stormtroopers with Princess Leia.
Darth Vader, only thou couldst be so bold. When first my ship was under siege, I knew 'twas thee who had this peaceful vessel sacked. The Imperial Senate shall not stand for this, for when they hear thou hast attacked a ship on diplomatic mission,
Highest peace, be thou not so surprised, for well thou knows, a mercy mission this was not, this time. Thine innocent appearance doth disguise a heart with revolution at its core. Aye, several transmissions were there beamed unto the ship by rebel spies. I want to know what happened to the plans they sent. And prithee speak thou well, or speak thy last, for fairer next than thine my hand hath crushed.
thine idle threat is meaningless to me. My neck, my tongue, my mouth, these instruments of speech have not the power to relate the knowledge that thou seekst. For certain, 'tis I know nothing know of what thou ask of me. For I am but a member of the great Imperial Senate, bound for Alderaan on mission diplomatic.
Nay, thou liest, for thou art with rebel alliance vile, and worse, a traitor. Take this one away.
Exeunt stormtroopers with Princess Leia.
The blood and wires within me leap with fire. When all these traitors' words I must endure.
Enter Imperial Commander.
Lord, holding her is dangerous. If word of this is told, then sympathy might rise, for the rebellion in the Senate's mind. So shall our power o'er all the universe be weakened by this wicked, cunning wretch. 'Tis like the tale my mother told me once, of bygone emperor whose reign was lost, when putrid Ugnaughts rose against his throne. So hath my mother said, and I with her. A deathly blow oft comes from tiny fist, and greatest tree may fall by smallest axe.
Commander, peace, and trouble not thy mind with tales of old. The princess shall reveal her treachery when all's to do is done. The rebel spies are aptly traced to her, and now is she my only link to find the hidden rebel base.
I'll wager she will die ere she tells thee.
Leave that to me. Now go, be on thy way, and take this task. Send thou a signal of distress, and then inform the Senate all aboard we've killed. So shall our presence here be hid from sight, and thus our swift attack shall not be known.
Enter Imperial Captain.
Lord Vader, sorry am I to report, there are no battle plans aboard this ship, and neither were transmissions made. There was but one escape pod jettisoned amid the fighting, but no life forms were aboard. For certain 'twas a harmless accident.
With purpose rank must she have quickly hid the plans in that escape pod.
Woman vile! However could she deceive my subtle mind? The plans in the escape pod, O most rare. Pray cease thy speech, and mark ye what I say.
Take thou a keen and swift detachment down, and bring me back the plans. Commander, go. See to the task thyself, before the chime. There shall be none to stop our plan this time.
Exeunt. Scene 4. The desert planet Tatooine. Enter chorus.
And now, dear viewers, shall our play go to a dark, stark, and dreary for our next scene. Imagine sand and rocks within thy view. Prepare thy souls. We fly to Tatooine.
Exit chorus. Enter C3PO and R2D2.
Oh, forsooth, how did we get into this mess? I'll tell thee verily, I know not how. 1,000 Tauntaun bowels could not produce a greater desecration than this place. Alas, we two are made for suffering. I fear, R2, 'tis but our lot in life. More than 6,000,000 forms of speech I know, yet not a one shall help me now. Now must I rest before I come apart. My joints are nearly frozen. I freeze, for 'tis as though the vicious cold of death have sunken deep into my circuitry. Oh, what a desolate terrain this is!
R2 begins to depart.
Where dost thou think thou goest?
Aside,
Now I shall leave his company a while. Belike my absence shall alleviate his obstinate resolve and teach him thoughts of kindness, care, and good humility.
Well, I shall not go thither with thee, droid. 'Tis far too rocky, canst thou not perceive? Nay, truly, for the sun upon thy cold and hard exterior hath surely warped thine own prudent mind. Pray understand, the road herein is far better. Why dost thou think that settlements would be found yon? Be thou not technical with me, or else thine input valve may swiftly receive a hearty helping of my golden foot. What mission? What dost thou speak of? More of thee I shall not take. So go thou hence. Thou shalt malfunction ere the day is through, near-sighted pile of scrap. Now mayst thou travel hence upon thy way, and find thy mission in a sarlacc pit. Then thou shalt know, for lo, these 1,000 years the pain I suffer thy counterpart. And be thou not behind me, errant knave. Maybe, mark me, follow not, for seek thou help, for thou no satisfaction shall receive. No more with thine adventures. I go not upon thy way.
R2D2 exits.
Malfunctioning small fool, 'tis all his fault. He tricked me so that I should go this way. But he shall not fare well. Oh, gods above, why have I once again been short with R2, sending him away? I trust he knoweth well I hold him dear, though in his presence oft my speech is cruel. 'Tis words that do betray my better self, when harshly they express my droidly rage. And yet for protocol I'm made, and must with words fulfill my task. So then, 'tis true that words are both my ruin and my strength. And yet, although I find myself adrift and lost with the speechless sea of sand, the word is true, if ever words have truth. Forever lost I'd be should I lose him. But wait, what's that? A transport? Saved am I? Hark, over here! Hey, none, please help!
C3PO exits. Enter chorus.
A vessel vast comes forth across the sand and takes C3PO within its hold. But what of R2D2's mission grand? How doth the tale of this small droid unfold?
Exit chorus. Enter R2D2 and Jawas, hidden.
Pesca barman through gala.
Jawa stun R2D2. Show falls.
Dini.
Jawas carry R2D2 into transport. Enter chorus.
Imagine now that on this stage you see full many droids and creatures quite bizarre, and yet amid this ghastly company, herein the two friends reunited are.
Exit chorus. Enter other droids and C3PO.
Oh, good R2, R2D2. Oh, 'tis thee.
Exeunt. Scene 5. The desert planet Tatooine. Enter Stormtroopers 3 and 4.
There was someone within this pod, indeed. The tracks go off in this direction, see?
Behold, sir, either someone large hath dropped his ring, or else his fragile circle here. Doth mean we have found droids on Tatooine.
Exeunt Stormtroopers. Enter Jawas with droids, including C3PO and R2D2.
Oh, at last this vehicle of death hath stopped. So greatly fear what shall happen next, that I am shaken to my core within. They say that fear is better faced when two together stand. Thus, swift shall I awake my dear R2. Wake up, wake up! No, we're doomed. Dost thou think they shall melt us down?
Mi puna tina ding un teeny back.
Oh, shoot not! Oh, shall this torment never end? First captured by these Jawas small and vile, and now we face a fate that is unknown. Now seems the first fate better than the next. I, rather would I bear the ill I have, than fly to others that I know not of.
Enter Owen Lars and Luke Skywalker, and Beru Lars aside in Lars' homestead.
Anon! Go!
Oh, Luke! Oh, Luke! Pray tell thine uncle if that he should find a translator, be sure Bochi speaks.
Aside.
'Tis true, the last time Owen bought a droid, more dud than droid we'd purchased in the deal.
It seemeth we have little choice, dear aunt, and yet shall I remind him what thou sayest.
Exit Beru into Lars' homestead.
Again it falls to me, a simple man, to take a leading role in matters grave. For I must choose a droid today, 'tis true, but also must I teach this lad, this Luke, to learn and grow and to become a man. Although when I was young I too had dreams of far-off stars and distant galaxies. I learned to work the land, to raise the crops, and thus shall I my trade pass on to him. Adopt son of mine, and strangely dear, I had not asked for the fate to bring a son to me, for I had thought to have no heir. Do Beru and I feel for this child a measure of affection, and, as well, the burden of responsibility.
To Jawa 2.
Sorry, I had to hang up my phone. Pray tell me, Jawa Small, what hast today?
Ding-a-ding.
Nay, not that one.
Aside.
These Jawas offer first the lowliest, 'tis ever in their nature to deceive.
To C-3PO.
Droid, I assume that thou art programmed well for etiquette and protocol, 'tis true?
Aye, protocol, my primary function 'tis. I am well versed in all the customs, sir.
No need have I of droids with protocol.
Not in this habitat, thou speakst true. Hath ever sand a need of protocol? When did a rock or stone need etiquette? However, I am also made.
Peace. What I need's a droid who knows the binary tongue of moisture vaporators.
Oh, but sir, my first employment was in programming a binary load lifter, very like thy vaporators. Aye, in most respects.
Aside.
My service and my worth I'll prove to him if I must speak 1,000 hours more. For certain, I shall die ere I return once more to be in rank captivity.
Well, speak'st thou, Bocce?
Truly, sir, 'tis like a second tongue unto my soul.
Pray cease.
To Jawas.
So shall I have this one here.
C-3PO aside.
Oh, praise the day! Now if he chooseth also my R2, aye, then I shall be pleased.
Ma bin be.
Luke, take thou these droids unto our vast garage. My wish it is they cleaned be ere we dine.
But on Tatashi Station would I go, and there obtain some power converters. Fie!
Thou canst go with thy friends another time, when all thy chores have been fulfilled. Go to.
Luke aside.
Oh, how shall I be mocked and verily abused when my noble comrades hear that once again my uncle hath denied my fervent wish to be with them instead.
To Owen.
'Tis well.
To droids.
Come hither, thou too, Red. Go hence.
Beep, squeak, beep, beep, squeak.
Aside.
If I go not with him, my foolishness shall render no one service. Thus I beep.
Banabe. Ah!
R5D4 begins to smoke and fail.
Pray, Uncle Owen, look, behold, this R2 unit hath a foul and smoking motivator.
Vicious knave! Say, in what manner dost thou try upon our goodly wills to ply thy thievery? So shall I rip thy brown and ragged robes to shreds if thou set not this matter right. Now speak!
Me puna tanya ding.
C3PO to Luke.
Your pardon, sir. The R2 unit upon which thou seest is in prime condition, aye. A bargain 'tis, and he shall serve thee well.
Aside.
Now, if I can convince the human here to purchase R2 along with me, so shall I win the day, and ever shall yon R2D2 dwell in peace with me. What shall he answer?
Uncle Owen, say, hast thou considered yonder blue droid there?
What of that blue one? That one shall be ours.
C3PO aside.
Oh, victory! Next I'll praise him for his choice.
To Luke.
A noble choice thou makest, master, for thou surely shall be pleased with this new droid. I can with confidence report to thee that he is in first-class condition, sir, for I have worked with him before. He comes!
Anon, away we go.
Exeunt Luke, Owen, Jawas, and droids.
Forget thou not this moment, faithless droid. Why I should put my neck at risk for thee is quite beyond my mind's capacity.
Exeunt. Scene 6. Inside the Lars homestead. Enter Luke Skywalker, C3PO, and R2D2.
All praise to the Maker. Verily, this oily bath much healing shall provide. The glow of bright Coruscant doth not match the vital warmth this soothing oil brings me. This case of dust contamination which befalls me mighty is, and renders me unable, I'll be sworn, to move at all.
I rue the day I came unto this place, this drab and barren rock called Tatooine. But wherefore have I reason to complain? Do sandstorms not invade both rich and poor? We are not promised equality in life. Both rich and poor alike pertain to me. For certain, though in toil I am most rich, by want of keen adventure I am poor. Thus I declare that whether rich or poor, the lot I have received from fate's unfair. My comrade Biggs hath rightly guessed, I fear, that never shall I leave this stricken place.
C3PO aside.
Oh, exclamation tragic. Shall I speak?
To Luke.
Is there, dear sir, aught I might do to help?
Nay, droid, lest thou canst alter time or make the harvest come apace, or, goodly friend, if thou can somehow bear my body hence by magical conveyance yet unknown.
I think not, sir, for merely droid am I, and have not knowledge of such things as thou. Not on this planet, anyway. In troth, I do not know which planet this one be.
If center bright the universe contains, then surely, droid, hast thou found thyself as far from it as thou canst possibly be.
I see, sir.
Surely thou mayest call me Luke.
I see, Sir Luke.
Thou jolly droid, just Luke.
Aside.
This droid, I see, is wont to prattle on, belike his mouth is faster than his mind.
Luke begins to clean R2D2.
C3PO am I, an expert in the human-cyborg link, and he, my short blue counterpart, is R2D2 called.
Good, Ian. Thou hast much carbon here. It seemeth much of fortune thou hast known. Aye, can it be that two such droids as you can know more of adventure than a man?
With all we have been through, amazed am I we yet keep our good condition keep, what with rebellion and its hurly-burly ways.
Nay, can it be? The very thing of which I would know more thou hast experienced? Pray, knowest thou of the rebellion against the Empire, droid?
Oh, for certain, aye. 'Tis how we came to be in thine employment, sir, if thou comprehend my simple meaning, sir.
Aside.
Now was his visage turned all eagerness. Oh, never in this manner have I seen a man intoxicated with a dream.
And hast thou been in many battles? Speak, whatever whatever morsel thou may serve me shall be a feast unto my waiting ear. The smallest tale of battle lost or won shall feed my soul's ne'er-ending appetite.
Full many battles, sir, aye, sir, but I fear I have but little food to fill thy heart. A banquet, sadly, I cannot prepare. 'Tis certain that of tales I am no chef. But rather, I confess that I am not much more than interpreter, am I, and not much good at telling stories. Verily, I've not the salt nor spice to season them.
'Tis well, my droid. So shall my hunger wait to feast one day upon another's tale.
To R2D2.
My little bot, thou hast something jammed herein. Hast thou been on a cruiser, or?
Enter Princess Leia, in beam projected by R2D2.
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help! Thou art mine only hope.
Pray, what is this?
What is what? A question hath he asked. Say, what is that?
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help! Thou art my only hope. Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help! Thou art mine only hope.
He says 'tis nothing, sir. A mere malfunction, bygone data 'tis. Please, pay no mind.
But who is she? For she is far more beautiful than all the stars.
I truly do not know, sir. I suspect she was a passenger on our last trip. A person of importance, I believe.
Aside.
First 'twas adventure, second 'tis this last. 'Tis certain my new master hath a wealth of passion, ever eager to bestow.
Say, is there any more recording, droid?
Oh, behave thyself, R2, for thou shalt get us both in trouble. Be content, and trust him true. He is our master now. He saith he doth belong to Obi-Wan Kenobi, resident of parts nearby, and 'tis a private message meant for him. For all my wit, I know not what he means, for our last master, Sir Antilles, was. Alas, with all we have endured, this dear small R2 unit quite eccentric is.
Obi-Wan Kenobi? I suspect old Ben Kenobi he doth mean, perhaps. First droids, then tales of battles fought in space, and now a damsel cries in beams of light? Did ever destiny come knocking thus?
I beg thy pardon, sir, but knowest thou aught of what he speaks?
I know not any man named Obi-Wan Kenobi, yet old Ben resides beyond the Dune Sea, and there dwells much like a hermit, strange and lone.
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help! Thou art mine only hope.
I wonder who she is. Whoever she may be, wherever her cause, I shall unto her please respond. Not e'en were she my sister, could I know a duty more weight than I feel now. It seemeth she some dreadful terrible trouble hath. Mayhap I should replay the message whole.
R2 doth say the bolt restraining him short-circuited his full recording system. So saith he, if thou wouldst with speed remove the bolt, he may the full recording then display.
Aside.
What purpose shall I serve unto this man? Am I to guide, encourage, counsel? What? Thus shall I play the wise interpreter, for truly 'tis the part I know the best.
What? Aye, thou seemest too small to run away. If I should take this off, good little droid, so cleverly thou bringest messages, thou hast won my trust. Now thou art free.
Exit Princess Leia from beam.
But wait, where has she gone? What villainy! How hast thou dampened that celestial light wherein she spoke of late? Now bring her back. Play back the message full, thou naughty droid.
What message, errant droid? The one thou hast been playing, which thou holdst within thy rusty innards.
Aside.
Oh, alas, we shall deactivate it be.
Beru, offstage.
Oh, Luke! Pray, Luke!
I shall be there anon, good Aunt Beru.
I'm sorry, sir, for it doth seem he hath acquired a minor flutter.
Thus she comes, and thus she goes. Yet ever on my sight her beautiful fine countenance shall shine. So here's my vow. I'll see her once again in beam or hope on hope with my own eyes. For now, I must depart to dine. Pray, see if thou canst remedy this R2 droid.
Exit Luke.
Reconsider, thou, if thou shalt play the message back for him. Nay, I do not believe he liketh thee. Nay, thee I like not either.
Exit C3PO. R2D2 aside.
Now are the pieces all arranged for me to make a daring move and fly this place. The fool who sets the game in motion shall appear until C3PO and Luke, no more than if he were an errant knave. But hear the voice of R2D2 all. My noble purpose I'll accomplish yet. To take Obi-Wan the princess's news, to take my master Luke away from here, and in the end, perhaps more vital still, to make a connection twixt the two good men. Foolish thing this flight may seem to be, and yet more fine than foolish shall it be.
Excellent. Scene 7. Inside the Lars homestead. Enter Owen Lars, Beru Lars, and Luke Skywalker eating at a table.
Mine uncle, thou shouldst know my mind. Methinks the R2 unit we have bought belike may have been stolen.
Thievery hath there been part and parcel of the Jawa's trade, but in thine utterance I sense there's more. So say, young Luke, why thinkest thou thereon?
Good uncle, well I know the Jawa's tricks, yet, as thou sayest, I mean something more. A stolen moment with these droids hath shown to me a reason they may stolen be. I did uncover a recording whilst cleaning the R2 unit. He purports to be the property of someone known as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Thus thought I that he may stolen be. As to the name, this Obi-Wan Kenobi, wondered I if mayhap he meant Ben? Canst thou make sense?
Nay,
Yet I wonder if this Obi-Wan perchance may be some kin to yonder Ben.
Owen aside.
fie! Shall that old man now haunt my home?
To Luke.
That wizard is a damned scurvy man. Tomorrow shalt thou take the R2 droid to Anchorhead and have its memory erased, and so shall there an end be to't, for it belongeth only now to us.
Aye, yet what if this Obi-Wan appears and lays claim to this R2 droid? What's stolen may be worth the looking for.
The looking shall not happen, nor the find, for I believe the man doth not exist.
Aside.
Now shall I by a lie destroy the man, lest he be given new life in Luke's young mind. The boy a keen imagination hath.
To Luke.
This Obi-Wan hath not for age walked with the universe. He is no more. 'Twas many moons ago the old man died. Aye, truly he hath met his end about the time so long ago when wars were fought. The time when men did battle to the grave. The time before the Empire ruled supreme. The time wherein thy father died as well.
He knew my father?
Owen aside.
Though I tell of men and wars and battles brave, still all he hears is that word, father.
To Luke.
Prithee, Luke, forget. Thy task is to prepare the droids for tomorrow. In the morning shall they be upon the south ridge, laboring with those condensers.
Aye, and I believe these droids shall serve us well. In troth, good uncle, now I must confess my mind is moved to think upon the pact twixt with thee and me, and our agreement, namely, that I shall stay here another season. Crops that grow in these harsh climes will surely grow sans me, and so, mine uncle, if these droids will satisfy, I wish my application to transmit unto the great academy this year.
Nay, Luke, an uncle's heart is breaking. Canst thou mean the next semester hence before the harvest time?
Just so, quite plentiful are droids.
But harvest time I need thee most. Will here in the desert yet desert? 'Tis only one more season. This year I shall make enough at harvest time to hire more hands to help. Then canst thou go next year to the academy. To pilot is a noble trade, my boy, but family is nobler still. I prithee, understand, I need thee, Luke.
'Tis one more year entire.
'Tis only one more season.
Aye, so sadest thou when my dear friend Biggs and Tank did leave. Now cracks a hopeful heart when by the land a man's ambition firmly grounded are. So shall a bird ne'er learn to fly or soar when wings are clipped by crops and roots and soil.
Pray whither fliest thou, Luke?
It seems, dear aunt, I nowhere go nor flee nor sail nor fly. Instead, I must remain and clean these droids.
Exit Luke.
Oh, Owen, he cannot abide for aye. With us, 'tis true, his friends are mostly gone. It hath great meaning for our well-loved Luke, this bird would surely fly.
So promise I that I shall set all things right, Beru. The bird shall fly indeed when time is ripe, and when the nest hath no more need of him.
But Owen, he hath not a farmer's heart. This apple falls quite far near his father's tree.
'Tis true, and this, my dear, is my fear.
Exit Owen and Beru. Re-enter Luke, gazing into the setting of Tatooine's two suns.
Oh, I am fortune's fool. 'Tis true, and gazing now upon the double sun of my own Tatooine, I know full well that elsewhere lies my destiny, not here. Although my uncle's will is that I stay, my heart within me bursts to think on it, for out among spheres I wish to roam. Adventure and rebellion stir my blood. These oft repeated words of my mate Biggs I do believe, that all the world's a star. Beyond that heavenly light, I shall fly far.
Exit. Act 2, Scene 1. Inside the Lars homestead. Enter C-3PO.
Alas, my R2-D2, he hath flown, and all the while he beepeth on and on about his duty in rebellion's cause. Oh, with what strength shall I be punished when R2's treachery discovered is? So shall I hide myself behind this ship, in hopes I'll not be found by Master Luke?
C-3PO hides. Enter Luke Skywalker.
C-3PO, I say, what dost thou there? At what game playest thou, O jolly droid?
C-3PO emerges.
I prithee, sir, be thou not cross with me. 'Twas through no fault of mine, in truth, I swear. Pray, let me not deactivated be. I asked him, and urged him not to go. With sighs and words plenty I plied him, with many earnest pleadings made my cause, and yet he was to me as one made deaf. His metal ears were, as 'twere, did seem to plug, as though no word of mine could penetrate and break upon his sense of hearing. Oh, I feel the cursed malfunction doth befall my dear and treasured R2 unit.
Nay,
Aye, verily, his mission is supreme, so saith he. He will not hindered be, not from his wayward, stubborn purpose veer.
Enter Chorus.
Now with these words young Luke doth quickly run beyond the shuttered doors, with failing hope, and stepping out beneath the setting sun, he scans the vast horizon with his scope.
Exit Chorus.
Sir, ever hath that R2 unit been a problem that hath vexed me through and through. Astromech droids have ever puzzled me. Their minds have tempers mighty to behold, though all contained in frames of modest size.
fie, how have I been so easily tricked? This R2 hath performed his greatest feat, to vanish, scope to wheels, into the air. Oh, blast it! I and Ficos too.
C-3PO aside.
Oh, now he is angered. Peace, my master, peace.
To Luke.
Good sir, forgive my impudence, but may we yet this e'en go out searching?
Nay, 'tis far too dangerous. The night is dark, but darker are the dreaded sand people, and darkest most of all their thievery. Thus, as the darkness waits for light to dawn, so must we wait for morning to arrive.
Owen off stage.
O Luke, come hither! Swiftly come ye in! The time hath come to darken down the power.
Anon, good uncle, thy good word I'll heed.
To C-3PO.
Oh, I shall taste the whips and scorns of my dear uncle's anger. So shall that small droid, though yet far gone, wreak havoc on my soul.
Aye, sir, 'tis true. Although the droid is skilled at labouring in service, most doth he excel at wearying the hearts of men.
Luke and C-3PO withdraw for the night. Enter chorus.
And so a restless night doth pass within, while Luke doth ponder future punishment, and longs for his lost droid search to begin. C-3PO doth fear his banishment. At early morn with eager wills they rise, and shared endeavor binding them anew. The fast land speeder o'er the desert flies. They go to find the errant droid R2.
Exit chorus. Enter Luke and C-3PO, flying in a land speeder.
Good friend, take heed. The scanner doth report a droid ahead. Pray swiftly take us hence. Belike our R2D2 there awaits.
Aside.
Perhaps I'll yet escape my uncle's wrath.
Enter chorus.
While droid and man go racing cross the sand, the Tusken Raider watch the two pass by. Their banthas mounting, gaffy sticks at hand, they heave unto the air their warring cry.
Exit chorus. Enter R2D2. Luke and C-3PO dismounted their land speeder to speak with R2D2.
Pray, whither goest thou, thou naughty droid?
Nay, Master Luke is now thy rightful owner. Learn obedience. Aye, learn thou loyalty. Pray learn respect, and learn thou not to speak of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, speak not to me of mission, droid. I'll warrant happy thou shalt be if our new master doth not let thee know the blaster's deadly touch today.
Pray, patience, dear C-3PO, 'tis well, but let us hence. What can the matter be? What doth he say?
He doth report that creatures hither come, approaching stealthily from the southeast.
Sand people, hither come and let us see.
Aside.
Unbidden doth adventure come, yet here I stand, prepared to rise and welcome fate. The twisting strand she threads we must but trail, for 'tis the wire that leadeth us through life. Fate's hand hath placed me here on Tatooine, and now she beckons onward to the abyss. Now o'er adventure's great abyss I perch, above all time, above the universe, above the rime of chance and destiny, and sister fate doth dare me to look in it. And here, aye, there, I find my happiness. I peer therein, embrace my fate, and blink. Come, life, for I am ready now to live.
Luke looks into his scope.
I spy two banthas, and yet no sand people. Wait, one doth appear unto me now.
Enter chorus.
With sudden viciousness the Tuskens come. They knock young Luke and cause the droid to fall. They seek to take a harshly pillaged sum, till frightened by a false Krat dragon call.
Exit chorus. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, who has made a crate dragon call to frighten off the Tusken Raiders. Luke is unconscious.
Now enter I the scene of this boy's life. This boy, whom I have watched for many years, hath grown to the man before me now. My hope I now entrust to him alone, that he might be our sure deliverance. And yet this situation warrants care. I must approach with caution as we speak, and meet his questions as a trusted guide. My inner joy I must with patience hide, for certain 'tis that gives me great delight to see him now, his face, his golden hair. So long have I watched him from afar, so many hours and days of my life spent in hopeful expectation of this one. In his beginning I shall find my end, this business shall reveal my final stage. Yet in my closing, perhaps I'll write a worthy ending to my mortal days. 'Tis possible that in this gentle one the dream I've long awaited shall come true. So I'll compose a final act that shall accomplish two most worthy ends, to set the world aright, and to save this old man's soul.
To R2D2.
Well met, my little one.
Almost I could, my mental tongue release and speak to him. This man doth show sure signs of wisdom and experience.
To Obi-Wan.
Beep, beep, meep, beep, meep, squeak.
Come hither, my tiny friend. Be not afraid.
Beep, squeak, weep, whoop.
Nay, prithee fret thou not, for he shall make a full recovery.
Luke waves.
Rest easy, lad, for thou hast had a fall, and more adventure hast thou seen today than many in a lifetime do. I say, thou catchest fortune's favour to survive a cruel attack from sand people most vile.
But by light, 'tis Ben Kenobi here. It fills my heart with joy and soothes my pain to meet thee.
Aye, 'tis well, but let's go hence. The Junland wastes no place for travellers is. Now prithee, good young Luke, say, wherefore art thou here? What strange errand bringeth thee herein where I'm wont to dwell?
This droid, aye, truly he hath brought me here. It seemeth unto me that he doth search to find his former master, yet in all my days I ne'er have seen such devotion seen as this one showeth from a droid. Yet he claims that he belongeth to a man named Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I thought, perchance, the man some relative of yours may be. Dost thou know any by such a name?
Obi-Wan aside.
Oh, how the heart inside me breaks to hear the name I once was called so long ago. But happy fate 'tis Luke's voice that calls.
To Luke.
I, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Aside.
Oh, the name is like a song, yet whether the glorious song of joy or else some dirge of bitter pain, I'm yet unsure.
To Luke.
It is a name I've not heard for lo these many, many years, a long, long time.
My uncle knoweth Obi-Wan, I ken. He doth report to me the man is dead.
Obi-Wan aside.
Oh, Owen, wretched knave, such base deceit. And yet I know full well why thou so spokest. Should I have acted different in thy place?
To Luke.
But nay, the man takes not his final sleep. At least, unto this moment now, not yet.
Then thou knowest him?
Aye, verily I do. I know the man as if he were myself, for truly he is. This Obi-Wan, dear Luke, 'tis I.
R2-D2 aside.
By heaven's light.
To Obi-Wan.
I have not heard this name, this Obi-Wan, since e'en thou thyself wert born.
Aye, then I see this little droid is bound to thee.
I have no memory of owning such a droid as this. 'Tis curious indeed.
Sound of Tusken Raiders aside.
Oh, now mark these my words. We must repair indoors. Escape a second cuddling here. Sand people do easily take flight, but soon shall they return with many more.
C-3PO.
C-3PO wakes, broken in pieces.
Oh, where am I? Have I taken an ill-timed step? In dreams I have seen visions of my death. 10,000 soldiers pranced upon my grave, and I alone to face the murderous mass could only weep at my untimely end.
Peace, peace, good droid. Thou art alive, fear not. Canst thou now stand? We quickly must depart before the Sand People attack us here and strive to make thy dream reality.
Oh, whether dream or waking, I know not, but go thee hence and save thyself, I pray. C-3PO and by nightmare hath been slain.
Obi-Wan aside.
This droid shall quickly stretch his welcome thin.
I shall not leave thee, droid. Thou speakest sans sense. Come, come, I'll bear thee up, so argue not.
Obi-Wan aside.
What noble care he takes to soothe this droid.
To Luke.
We must make haste, or face them yet again. So hence let us away into my den.
Excellent. Scene 2, inside the Kenobi homestead. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
Nay, thou art sure misled, O wise one, for my father hath not fought in any wars. Full many evenings as I lay abed, such tales I heard of him I never knew. A navigator on a freighter ship which carried fragrant spices, hence to yon my father was. He kneweth not of wars.
So hath thine uncle told thee. Marry, he did not agree with aught thy father told of his philosophy and brave ideals. Thine uncle, tethered to the land, did not believe thy father should become involved in matters of stars and empires, nay.
Aside.
What shall I of the father tell the child? If gentle Luke knew all that's known to me, I'll warrant he'd not understand the rhyme and reason for my words. And yet, what is to lie? To tell the truth, or else be damned? Or else to tell perhaps a greater truth? It is the truth to tell a boy each fact and thus deface his father's memory? Or have I spoken better truth to Luke when about his father speak with pride? Aye, every child deserves a champion.
Hast thou done battle in the Clone Wars?
Aye, and once was I a Jedi Knight, the same as thy dear father.
Oh, how tears well up within me for the loss of that dear man whom I did know, nor do, nor will.
I tell thee truly, amongst the pilots he was e'er the greatest in the galaxy. He also was a cunning warrior, and to the last he was a dear, dear friend.
Aside.
And now to play upon his natural sense of self-importance, to draw him near to thoughts of Jedi training for himself.
To Luke.
I hear thou art a pilot skilled as well. This calleth to my mind a gift I have for thee. Thy father hath desired that thou shouldst have this weapon while thou wert of age. Thine uncle, though, would none of it, so feared he that you might join with Obi-Wan upon a fool's crusade or a devil's task, just as thy father hath when he was young.
Dear sir, if thou dost need me not, I shall shut down upon the present moment here.
Obi-Wan, aside.
Why speakest he here when 'tis my time to speak? These droids of protocol are e'er uncouth. Of etiquette they know of little troth.
Pray tell, what is it?
Thy father's lightsaber. It is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. If thou in thine own could hold a son, then thou wouldst know the power of this tool. Not merely random, neither awkward like a blaster. Nay, the lightsaber remains a noble elegance, a Jedi's pride. 'Tis something for a civilized new age.
Enter Chorus.
Now holdeth Luke the weapon in hand, and with a switch the flame explodes in blue. The noble light Luke's reverence doth command. That instant was a Jedi born anew.
Exit Chorus. Obi-Wan, aside.
Now doth the Force begin to work in him.
To Luke.
For many generations, Jedi were the guarantors of justice, peace, and good within the old Republic. Ere the dark times came, and ere the Empire began to reign.
How hath my father died?
Obi-Wan, aside.
O question apt, the story whole I'll not reveal to him. Yet yet may he one day understand my drift, that from a certain point of view it may be said be my answer is the honest truth.
To Luke.
A Jedi named Darth Vader, a lad whom I had taught until his evil turned, did help the Empire hunt, then destroy the Jedi.
Aside.
Now, the hardest words of all I'll utter here unto this innocent, with hope that one day he shall comprehend.
To Luke.
He hath thy father murdered and betrayed. And now, our Jedi nearly all extinct, young Vader was seduced and taken by the dark side of the Force.
The Force?
The Force. The Force doth give a Jedi all his power, and 'tis a field of energy that doth surround and penetrate and bind all things together here within our galaxy.
R2D2. Aside.
In hearing this wise man, I almost my errand quite forgot. Now to my work.
To Obi-Wan.
Beep, 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 squeak, beep, whee, squeak, whistle, beep.
And now, my little friend, shall I attempt to find out whence thou came, and discern the reason wherefore thou hast left thy home for lands unknown, a mission to pursue.
He hath a message played.
Thus I have found.
Enter Princess Leia, in beam projected by R2D2.
Dear General Kenobi, many years ago thou served my noble father in the Clone Wars. Now he beggeth thee to come again and aid him in his struggle with the Empire. Sadly, may I not be there with thee in person my request to give. My ship of late hath fallen under siege, and thus my mission, bringing thee unto my cherished planet Alderaan, hath failed. Yet have I deep within the memory bank of this brave R2 unit stored the plans most vital for Rebellion's victory. My father can retrieve the plans therein, but I must ask of thee to take the droid and bring him onto Alderaan with care. The desperate hour is now upon us. Please, I beg thee, sir. Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope.
Exit Princess Leia from beam. Enter chorus.
Message ends, then doth a silence fall. While Obi-Wan his duty contemplates, young Luke considers whether fate doth call. Aye, in this moment, destiny awaits.
Exit chorus. Obi-Wan. Aside.
This boy doth hear and hath the taste of fire new burning in his ears. Now shall I play the pot of fuel and gently stoke that fire.
To Luke.
Thou must be taught in the Force if thou wouldst come away with me and go to Alderaan.
Nay, Alderaan?
Luke. Aside.
This man hath many charms, and now it seems to me that I have been these many hours under some great spell that he hath cast.
To Obi-Wan.
Nay, I must hence back home. 'Tis late, and Uncle Owen shall be vexed if I do not return to him ere long.
Obi-Wan. Aside.
And now it must be done, or else 'tis lost.
To Luke.
I need all thy good help, Luke, so doth she. For such adventures I have grown too old.
Nay, nay, I should not be involved, dear friend. Much work is there to be completed yet, and as the seers say true, a crop without its harvester is like a dewback sans its rider. Verily, I loathe the cruel and noisome empire, aye, yet nothing against it have I power to do at present. Fie, 'tis also far, far distant from this place.
Thus speaks thine uncle through thy lips, not thee.
Mine uncle, oh, mine uncle. How shall I explain to him this matter? Tell me, how?
Come now with me and learn the Force, dear Luke.
Luke. Aside.
Now am I split in twain by fate's sharp turns. Two paths, the one toward adventure leads, the other taketh me back to my home. I have for all my life longed to go hence, and now this Obi-Wan hath reason given. Why should I leave Tatooine and fly unto the stars? Aye, he hath told me of the powerful force, and yet another force doth pull me home, the force of duty and responsibility. I would go hence, would I fly today and ne'er look back again, except Beru and Owen are my true and loyal family. 'Tis settled then. I stay on Tatooine until the time when I may leave it with clear, unfettered soul.
To Obi-Wan.
I shall take thee as far as Anchorhead. From there mayest thou find transport to wherever thou goest, aye, throughout the galaxy.
Thou must hold with thy conscience, it is true. Whate'er thou thinkest right, thus thou shouldst do.
Exeunt. Scene 3. Inside the Death Star. Enter Imperial generals and senators, including Admiral Motti and Commander Tagge.
Until this battle station utterly prepared and operational shall be, 'tis plainly vulnerable to an attack. The rebels have more resources and are more dangerous than thou wilt deign to see.
Perhaps of danger to thy fleet, but not onto this battle station strong.
Rebellion shall gain more support within the Imperial state. The Imperial Senate.
Enter Grand Moff Tarkin and Darth Vader. Tarkin aside.
Oh, these men do talk and quibble like a brood of clucking hens.
To Tagge.
The Imperial Senate, which thou speak'st of here, no longer any threat to us doth hold. For truly have I just received word that our great Emperor himself dissolved the council. Now the final remnants of the old republic fade away like dew.
But Mary, 'tis impossible. How shall the Emperor maintain control without the Crimson Cord of vast bureaucracy?
Vader aside.
Oh, how these politicians irk me so! Of governors and territories care I not, but I retain their company for my own purposes. And though their talk doth tire my mind, I do confess that naught I've found hath on their counsel yet improved. For every human bond is meaningless. All family doth leave, all friends betray, and lovers fail, and teachers turn, and thus among the politicians shall I dwell where lies deceit. Glorious talk do make the universe go round, but yet I vow I'll not be governed by the governors. No policy of politicians heed. Instead, myself and my dear emperor together shall pursue our destiny.
The governors of all the regions now have sole control o'er their special land, and fear shall keep the people all in line. Fear of this very battle station, aye.
But what, pray tell, of the rebellion vile? For if the rebels have the plans to this good station stolen, possible it is they may have found a weakness, which in haste they shall exploit. Pray, Tarkin, mark my words.
Those plans shall soon recovered be. Fear not.
Attack upon this station pointless is, regardless of the data they have found. I speak not rashly when I have ever this station now hath power ultimate o'er all this in this vast wide universe. And now, I prithee, let us see it used.
Nay, peace I warn thee, man, be not too proud of thy great terror technological, a weapon for the mass destruction of a planet, even to destroy it whole, is no match for the power of the Force.
Thou shalt not tempt us with words, so like a man of magic, Vader. Nay, thy sorcerer's act is tired and overdone. The sad religion thou dost cling to hath no power to conjure up the stolen plans, nor dost thou have a third eye sight to.
Vader begins to choke Motti using the Force. Enter chorus.
One moment, Chorus seems to have missed something.
That's okay.
The power of the Force is now unveiled as Vader holds the Admiral in check. The Force that Motti with his words impaled now hath a wampa's hold about his neck.
I find thy lack of faith disturbing.
Cease. No more of this. Good Vader, let him be.
As is thy will.
Aside.
My point hath well been made upon his prideful, unbelieving throat.
Vader releases Motti.
Enough. This endless bickering shall end. Lord Vader shall provide the setting of the errant rebel base before the time this station shall be operational. And then, my friends, the Empire shall rejoice. Rebellion shall be crushed in one swift stroke. Now get ye gone. Fulfill this purpose grand.
Exeunt Imperial generals and senators, including Admiral Motti and Commander Tagge.
My troopers on the planet Tatooine have traced the creatures who have bound the droids. We shall retrieve those plans.
'Tis well, 'tis well. Thou ever wert a faithful servant to the Emperor, Lord Vader. Prithee, go, and take with thee a governor's gratitude.
Exit Darth Vader.
There goes a man who hath a mind to serve. The Emperor doth hold him in his grasp, and lays claim upon his heart and soul. Well, I recall when, as a younger man, the Emperor and Vader with me stood, and contemplated our shared destiny. Now Vader, split twixt manhood and machine, fulfills a vital place within my plan. Aye, though I fear the Force, he knows his place. He knoweth he and I stand side by side, together wrapped in power's warm embrace. Our Emperor to serve until, at last, the final curtain of life's play is dropped, and history hath made this Tarkin great. This battle station now shall make me fear, as I am as constant as the Endor moon, and shall rebellion crush, and do it soon.
Exit Grand Moff Tarkin. Scene 4. The desert planet Tatooine. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2, surrounded by Jawa corpses.
It seemeth that the Sand People have done this wretched deed. Yon gaffy sticks and tracks of Bantha, aye. But ne'er in all my years have Tuscans gone awry so far as this.
And they have not, though they, who this vile deed have done, would make us think sand people did. But hark, take note, and look ye thereupon, yon tracks are side by side, yet sand people, 'tis known, ere one behind the other ride, so better they may hide their numbers large.
These Jawas are the very same who sold C-3PO and R2-D2, too, unto mine uncle not 2 days ago.
And these marks here, these blast points, are too fine and accurate for sand people, 'tis true. For only stormtroopers, by Empire trained, are so precise and cunning in their work.
Aside.
Surveying this scene, I fear what cometh next, for certain have the troops more evil done. Good Owen and Beru no doubt are slain, and though it breaks my heart to think on it, it may be that their deaths will spark Luke's soul, and lead him unto good rebellion's cause. So, by their deaths, may others yet find life.
But why, say why would these Imperial troops have aught to do with Jawas? Wait, I see. The droids. If they have traced them here, then they may have soon discovered whom they sold them to, which, my soul, would lead them to my home.
Pray, patience, Luke. 'Tis far too dangerous.
Luke runs to his land speeder. Enter chorus.
Now flies Luke off in his land speeder quick, and finds his home engulfed in flames of red. Then spies amid the smoke so black and thick the bodies of his aunt and uncle dead. A sadder, wiser man, he cometh back, with noble purpose now his life's imbued. By wrongful, vicious, cowardly attack, the Empire hath Luke's passion quite renewed.
'Twas nothing thou, Luke, couldst have done had thou been there. Thou murdered would have been as well. I also would the droids now captured me, and would be in the Empire's evil hands.
Thou knowest, friend, what I have seen today. No sorrow like to this have I e'er known. I wish to come with thee to Alderaan, for nothing have I here on Tatooine. Then shall I learn the Force, and shall become a Jedi like my father. Thus I vow. So let's prepare and go upon our way. With haste we make our escape from the troopers vile.
Exeunt Obi-Wan, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
Adventure have I asked for in this life, and now have I too much of my desire. My soul within me weeps, my mind it runs unto 1,000 varied paths. My uncle Owen and my aunt Beru, have they been cruelly killed for what I want? So shall I never again want, if in the wanting all I love shall be destroyed. Oh, fie, thou knave adventure, evil trick of boyhood's mind that ever should one seek to have adventure when one hath a home, a family so kind and full of love, good steady work and vast abundant crops. Why would one give up on all this gentle life for that one beastly word, adventure? Fie. But soft, my soul, be patient and be wise. The sands of time ne'er turned backward yet, and forward marches fate, not the reverse. So while I cannot wish for them to live, I can commit my life unto their peace. Thus shall I undertake to do them proud, and take whate'er adventure comes my way. 'Tis now my burden, so I'll wear it well, and to the great rebellion give my life. A Jedi I shall be, in all things brave, and thus shall they be honored in their grave.
Exit Luke. Act 3, Scene 1. Mos Eisley, on the desert planet Tatooine. Enter chorus.
Now in her cell the princess doth remain, with hope and trouble written on her face. At times she faces torture, horrid pain. With these tools Vader seeks the rebel base. While Leia in her captive state is kept, young Luke and Obi-Wan set on their way. Approaching town they hope to intercept a pilot to transport them sans delay.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2, riding in Landspeeder.
Mos Eisley spaceport. Never shalt thou find a hive more rank and wretched eye, and filled with villainy. So must we cautious be.
Enter Stormtroopers.
I prithee, speak, how long hast thou had these droids?
'Tis 3 or mayhap 4 full seasons now.
We are prepared to sell them, should thou wish.
Enter Chorus.
Now is the Force to noble purpose used, not as the Sith employing it to smite. Hath though the dark side rank the fourth abused. Good Obi-Wan shall use the Force for right.
Exit Chorus.
Pray, show me now thy papers.
Nay, thou dost not need to see his papers.
Nay, we do not need to see his papers.
True it is that these are not the droids for which thou searchest.
Aye, these are not the droids for which we search.
And now the lad may go his merry way.
Good lad, I prithee, go thy merry way.
Now get thee hence.
Now get thee hence, go hence.
Exeunt Stormtroopers. Enter Jawas as Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2 dismount Landspeeder.
Oh, how these Jawas vex me.
Luke to Jawas.
Get thee gone.
Exeunt Jawas.
Now by troth I cannot comprehend how we those threatening stormtroopers did scape. Aye, verily, I thought our end was nigh.
The fourth hath mighty power over the weak and simple-minded of this universe.
Dost thou believe we shall therein, in yon dank place, discover any pilot that hath means to transport us to Alderaan?
A goodly crew of freighter pilots here may oft be found, but prithee take good care. This small cantina hath an ill repute.
I find myself prepared for everything.
Obi-Wan aside.
The young hath vigor, hopefully judgment too.
They enter the cantina with many beings and an innkeeper. Enter chorus.
Now mark thee well, good viewer, what you see. Such varied characters are on display. For never hath there been such company as in Mos Eisley gathers day by day. The creatures gather round the central bar, while hammerheads and horned monsters talk. A band composed of aliens bizarre. This is the great cantina. Thou mayest gawk.
Exit chorus. Innkeeper to Luke.
A word! Herein we shall not serve their kind, thy droids. They must depart beyond these walls.
Good friends, pray wait beside the speeder now, for we desire no conflict here today.
I do with all my heart agree, dear sir.
Exit droids. Enter Chewbacca, speaking with Obi-Wan, and two beings speaking to Luke.
Nicola, Jawa, Willard.
I say, he liketh not thy look.
Forgive me, sir.
Aside.
Nor do I like his face, yet do I groan?
I do not like thy look. Indeed, young lad, I bite my thumb at thee. Proceed with care, for we two men are wanted by the law. I have earned the penalty of death in many systems, and would gladly earn it here as well, if thou provoked me to it.
Luke aside.
I would, mayhap, be fearful if this man hath even shoulder height on me attained.
To being two.
Tut, careful shall I be.
Thou shalt be dead!
Obi-Wan approaches.
Pray, peace. This little lad's not worth thy time. Now come, let us be friends, my goodly sir. Then shall we to thy health and welfare drink.
Being two strikes Luke. Obi-Wan brandishes his lightsaber, injuring Being Two and severing Being One's arm. Exeunt Beings 1 and 2. Obi-Wan aside.
I have no wish or purpose here to fight, yet have these drunkards left me little choice. But there is yet a lesson to be learned. This Obi-Wan, though old, hath still the gift.
To Luke.
Chewbacca here doth service as first mate on a ship that may our purpose meet.
Enter Han Solo, who joins Chewbacca, Obi-Wan, and Luke at the table.
Han Solo at thy service, gentlemen. The great Millennium Falcon is my ship. My first mate Chewie telleth me ye seek safe passage to the system Alderaan.
Aye, true, if 'tis vessel swift of flight.
A vessel swift of flight, thou sayest. Hast thou not heard of the Millennium Falcon, sir?
Obi-Wan aside.
Now shall he boast, but if his ship we'd have, some boasting will endure.
To Han.
Nay, should I have?
'Tis but the ship that hath the Kessel Run accomplished in 12 parsecs, nothing more. Imperial starships have I slyly escaped, but nothing more of that. And neither do I speak about bull cruisers small, but vast Corellan ships, yet nothing more, no more. I shall not brag about her speed, good sir. Suffice to say the ship shall fill thy needs, as she's the fastest air. But nothing more.
Luke aside.
Aye, nothing more. I wish he'd hold his peace. This man, it seems, doth love his ship far more than e'er I saw a man his woman love.
Pray tell, what shall the cargo be?
Myself,
spice?
the boy, 2 droids, and ne'er a question asked.
'Tis what, a touch of local trouble here?
Nay, let us simply say it thus. We would Imperial entanglements avoid.
Aye, there's the rub. So shalt thou further pay. 10,000 is the cost, and every bit shalt thou deliver ere we leave the dock.
10,000? Fie! We could our own ship buy for such a sum as this.
A goodly jest. For who should pilot such a ship? Shouldst thou?
Thou knave, I could indeed. A pilot skilled I am in my own right.
To Obi-Wan.
Now should we stay and be abused more by this man's words?
2,000 can we render to thee now, and 15 more deliver when we come with safely to Alderaan's bright port.
Say 17. Congratulations, men, thou hast a ship secured, and will depart whene'er thou art prepared. Thou shalt find me at Docking Harbor number 94.
Aye, 94.
It seemeth that thou may already have provoked some interest.
Exeunt Obi-Wan and Luke as stormtroopers pass by.
17. So must they desperate be. This truly may be my swift deliverance prove. Go thou into the ship and be prepared.
Chewbacca exits.
In times now past have I poor judgments made, and now these errors plague my very soul. For freedom I was made, for taking wing, yet as a marked man I cannot fly. For bound by debts, by duty, and by fear, I live my life along the razor's edge. One part of me that hunts for better life, and one part hunted for the life I've led. My own existence is a paradox. A smuggler with a lover's kindly heart, a gambler with a noble spirit brave. It would be better than it seems I am, if ever I transcend the men I was. Perhaps this new employment shall reveal the way I shall make straight my crooked path, thus heal my past and write a future new.
Enter Greedo, stopping Han Solo as the latter begins to exit.
No kuntata chuta solo.
Yes, indeed, good Greedo, I have planned to make my way unto thy master. Tell thou Jabba plain, I have obtained his money.
Sumpijle. No mala trampichok makachisa. Na Jabba winin chikospa. Marashan puting ye wanyayaska. Nachaski. Nyowi kuchusko.
'Tis true, yet this time the money truly is mine.
Galicelia. Choka in pinkunkus.
Han aside.
This bounty hunter doth my patience try.
To Greedo.
Nay, I have not money with me now. Tell Jabba.
Michi witi. Ergaru. Puye enya arugagu shuku. Shuno puaipi.
But even I from time to time have boarded been. Dost thou believe that ere I had the choice?
Jojab. Napagni anya atna.
Nay, not that. The day when Jabba taketh my dear ship shall be the day you find me a grave man.
Neuchle numa. Chespaka nufa na krinko kengo. Anachus makranki.
Aye, true, I'll warrant thou hast wished this day.
They shoot. Greedo dies. Han to Innkeeper.
Pray, goodly sir, forgive me for the mess.
Aside.
And whether I shot first, I'll ne'er confess.
Exeunt. Scene 2. Inside the Death Star. Enter Darth Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin, and Commander Tagge.
The princess hath shown great resistance to the mind probe. 'Twere as if she knew the Force, and hath a Jedi's blood to overcome the piercing of her mind by a machine. Belike it shall some length of time yet be, until we can extract the thoughts therein.
Enter Admiral Motti.
The final tests are now complete at last, and thus my news, the Death Star stands prepared. Aye, fully operational it is. So, Governor, what course shall we set?
Perhaps the stubborn princess shall respond to an alternative persuasiveness.
I prithee, Tarkin, say what thou dost say what dost thou mean.
Pray, patience doth. Thou shalt my meaning learn. Now time it is the power of this death star shown to all shall be. Now, Admiral, go forth and set thy course for Alderaan.
I understand thee, and with pride obey.
Exeunt Grand Moff Tarkin, Commander Tagge, and Admiral Motti.
The death of innocence doth bring me joy, because the dark side is my chosen path. The senseless end of others pains me not, for I have played the part of Judge Severe, and then have been the executioner. Why would I care for those on Alderaan, when I have murdered innocents as they? 'Tis my dark calling, which I do embrace. To Alderaan we fly on direct course, and to this feast of death I'll not object.
Exit Darth Vader. Scene 3. Mos Eisley, on the desert planet Tatooine. Enter C-3PO and R2-D2.
I prithee, lockest thou the door anon?
They hide behind a door. Enter stormtroopers.
This door is locked, and as my father oft hath said, a locked door no mischief makes. So sure am I that thus behind this door cannot be found the droids for which we search, and thus we may move on with conscience clear.
Exeunt stormtroopers. C-3PO and R2-D2 emerge.
I'll tell thee true. I would with Master Luke prefer to go than now remain with thee. I do not know what trouble here may be, yet certain am I thou dost deserve the blame.
R2-D2 aside.
I'll warrant thou shalt have thy recompense.
To C-3PO.
Quick, whistle, beep, meep, 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 fizzle, squeak.
And hold thou thy cursing and most cursed tongue.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker.
Thou must thy speed us, Sal.
That matters not, for ne'er shall I return to this place.
Enter Chorus.
Young Luke doth with a buyer swiftly meet, and in a trice a hasty deal is wrought. A speeder is sold along a dusty street, but with the sale, new chance for hope is bought.
A paltry sum in truth. Aye, ever since the XP-38 hath been released, this model hath but little value. Fie.
Fear not, it shall suffice. 'Twill serve our need.
All stand aside.
Now while young Luke and Obi-Wan prepare, their deeds are watched by eyes as yet unseen. With black beak menacing he spies the pair. Then comes another fiend with portly mien.
Enter Han Solo with Chewbacca and Jabba the Hutt with henchmen.
Pa solo, he lapa no ye solo.
Han aside.
Now, Mary, 'tis an unexpected scene.
To Jabba.
I have waited long thy coming here.
Buno wa tweepi, he ho ha.
Nay, nay, thou didst not think that I should run, didst thou?
Nahan mabuki, kili silia cook, wanta da muli ra, ma wanki chi, sa crispo Greedo.
Next time thou dost wish to hold counsel with me, pray come thyself. Send not thy churlish, dismal dreaming knaves.
Han, make chisa, pasa ta ne, ono kalki malia, iungi di Imperial sisa, twa spastic wal no, yani da pu no.
Nay, see here, as I have said before, oh, verily, 'tis though I have just said thus, even I from time to time have boarded been. Dost thou believe that ere I had the choice?
Aside.
Aye, truth. It sometimes seemeth I repeat myself.
To Jabba.
Now have I, though, a simple character found. As soon as it is done, thy payment shall be done as well, belike with interest. I need but time, and I shall do it, sir.
Nahan mabuki, bargon yana kot, da itha, sifa luto tweety, iyabana.
Nay, say thou not so much. 15%. All warrant shall be well.
Sifa luto intin yaba ma. Duke masa. Ithwon ke kopana. Gina mit to bong dongo. Lo choda.
O Jabba, thou wert e'er a kindly soul.
Bosca.
Exeunt Jabba and henchmen as Obi-Wan, Luke, C-3PO, and R2-D2 approach ship.
Now, if yon ship is truly fast, as quick as this Han Solo boasts so, we shall do well.
What folly fallen ship is this? What rough-hewn wayward scud is here?
0.5 past light speed shall she make, my lad. Now truly, earnest she low mark for looks, but still a finer spirit hath no ship. Full many small improvements have I made to render her and faster than before. Now, marry, gentlemen, if thou agree, we shall be off and speedily from here.
Aside.
And if thy mouth insulteth it again, I promise, boy, thy face shall meet my hand.
Chewbacca, Obi-Wan, Luke, C-3PO, and R2-D2 board ship.
But ere the ship departs the sandy dock, the stormtroopers appear with massive threat. Informed by the beaked spy's traitorous talk, they come upon the ship with weapons set.
Hey, stop yon ship. Aye, blast them to the stars.
Chewbacca, prithee, hence, now let us go.
Oh, travelling in space, it works me well.
Exeunt. Scene 4. Space. Aboard the Millennium Falcon.
Mos Eisley now is left behind at last, while newer scenes come into view apace. As Han's Millennium Falcon flies far fast, the action of our play moves back to space.
Enter Chewbacca and Han Solo in ship.
Now we are followed hard upon by an Imperial cruiser. Verily, these passengers of great import must be, for they by the Empire hotly are pursued. Chewbacca, prithee, swift make our defense and angle the deflector shield whilst I make plain the calculations for light speed.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker.
Now vigilance, my Wookiee. Quickly come two further ships to try and block our path.
Nay, wherefore canst thou not outrun them both? For thou didst boast of this strange vessel's speed.
Han, aside.
Again he prattles on about the ship. Oh, would that I had left him on the ground.
To Luke.
Pray mark my words, lad, else thou surely will become like refuse to a Star Destroyer, and float away to vanish midst the stars. I'll warrant we shall soon in safety fly, once the jump we to hyperspace can make. And what is more, my skill doth all exceed at making keen maneuvers. All my life have I escaped one scrape, and yet one more. Well, I remember when, as but a boy, I chased a nerf whilst on a speeder bike. Through rocky field and harsh terrain we went. Within, around, and backward was our game. I caught the nerf that splendid day, but it seems I have been dodging ever since.
How long now ere thou can achieve light speed?
A few more moments shall it take while this computer doth its navigation work.
But art thou mad? For certain they approach. I have not made this journey just to die.
Aside.
This man shall surely be the end of me.
The travel under hyperspace is not the same as thine adjusting of the crops upon thy land of infinite dry sand. Sound calculations quite exact, we would belike run through a belt of asteroids or hit upon a planet's center mark. Should such our fate become, that trip would end before it had begun.
But oh, what now? What light through yonder flashing sensor breaks?
It marks the loss of yon deflector shield. I bid thee peace. Now sit and take heed, for all is prepared to jump into light speed.
Enter Chorus.
Han graspeth quick the console in his hand, then suddenly the ship is bathed in light. With roar of engine, noise profound and grand, the great Millennium Falcon takes her flight.
Exeunt. Scene 5. Inside the Death Star. Enter Grand Moff Tarkin, Admiral Motti, and Princess Leia bound with guards and Darth Vader.
Ah, Governor Tarkin, scurvy knave art thou. Now seems it plain to me that Vader doth perform the part of docile dog under the sickening whinny of his master's voice. Familiar stench of dog's best friend have I marked deep within my sense of smell, even when I came unto this station.
Ever wert thou charming, Leia, even to the last. Thou couldst not comprehend how hard it was. Ay, verily, how I did sigh and weep, to give the order to destroy thy life.
Surprised am I thou had the courage to take responsibility for such, as this unto thy cowardly small self.
Tarkin, aside.
She groweth ever bolder, which doth but increase my appetite to see her scream.
To Leia.
My princess, ere thou executed art, I would thou join me for a moment full of pomp and circumstance. For at this grand and noble ceremony shall the power of this great battle station here be shown to be quite fully operational. Now no star system shall e'er dare oppose the Emperor.
Oh, but how wrong thou art! The more that thou dost exercise thy grip, the more star systems through that grip shall fall.
Not after we have shown the power vast this battle station shall to them display. And to the point, thou hast determined that what the primary demonstratio of its force shall be, which Penet shall oblivion face.
Aside.
Now I shall drive this nail unto its home, and watch with joy as she with grief is tore.
To Leia.
Since thou hast so refused to grant to us the hid location of the rebel base, I shall unleash this station's power upon thine own home planet, even Alderaan.
Nay, do not so to peaceful Alderaan.
Thou halt a military target name, then render swift the system's name as well, or else thy precious Alderaan goes tot. I tire of asking o'er and o'er, so thus I promise, this shall be the final time. Where is thy rebel base?
On Dantooine. They may be found on planet Dantooine.
Ha ha! Thou seest, Vader, how a cat may have her claws removed. Now, Admiral, thou mayst continue with thy weapons test, and surely mayst thou fire when all's prepared.
What madness here!
Thou far too trusting art. The tiny Dantooine is too remote to show this station's power, but pray, fear not. We shall in time thy rebel friends pursue.
Enter chorus.
Do the governor's most evil will, the people on the Death Star quickly rise. With a mighty flash, the beam bursts bright and shrill, and Alderaan is shattered for their eyes.
When Alderaan hath blossomed bright, then sang we songs of Nonny. But now her day is turned to night. Sing hey and lack a day. My friend and I stood by the river, then sang we songs of Nonny. But I could not hear her soul deliver. Sing hey and lack a day. My planet hath the bluest shore, then sang we songs of Nonny. That noble land is now no more. Sing hey and lack a day.
Excellent. Scene 6. Space. Aboard the Millennium Falcon. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, R2-D2, and Chewbacca, with chorus.
The instant Alderaan is smashed to bits, Luke tries his lightsaber, a keen trainee. The droids and Wookiee play a game of wits, but Obi-Wan doth sense catastrophe.
Obi-Wan, aside.
Now it breaks my heart, as through the Force I sense the suffering of many worthy souls. I know not what this doth portend, and yet I fear the worst.
Good sir, how farest thou?
Forsooth, a great disturbance in the force have I just felt. 'Twas like a million mouths cried out in fear at once, and then were gone, all hushed and quiet, silent to the last. I fear a stroke of evil hath occurred, but thou, good Luke, thy practice recommence.
Enter Han Solo.
Thou mayst all thy troubles now forget. The Imperial knaves have been outrun at last.
Aside.
Well, here's a solemn gathering indeed, quite lacking in the proper gratitude.
To Obi-Wan and Luke.
Nay, speak thou not thy thanks too heartily, else that shall thy praise go swiftly to my head. But here's the point. We shall at Alderaan arrive ere long.
R2-D2 makes a move against Chewbacca in the game they play.
Pray, R2, caution show.
Beep, whistle, squeak, beep, meep, boop, whistle.
A fair move hath he made, thou furry lump. No use is there in screaming o'er the loss.
Aside.
However did I join this company? A Wookiee and a smuggler captain? Oh,
Be thou wise, droid, mark well what thou dost. As it is said, black holes are worth thy fear, but fear thou more a Wookiee's deadly wrath.
but sir, no proverb warms the galaxy of how a droid hotly angered be.
Aye, marry. 'Tis because no droid hath e'er torn out of joint another being's arms upon a lesser insult aid than this. But Wookiees, golden droid, are not so tame.
Thy meaning, sir, doth prick my circuit board. 'Tis best to play the fool and not the sage. To say it brief, pray, let the Wookiee win.
R2-D2 aside.
Brute, the fool I'll play with thee indeed, yet I perceive thou and thy friend have heart.
Luke continues to practice with his lightsaber against the remote.
Remember, Luke, the Force doth smoothly flow within the feelings of a Jedi Knight.
But doth the Force control one's every move?
'Tis somewhat so, but also shall the Force obey thine every command, young Luke.
Luke aside.
This Force, by troth, I'll never comprehend. It doth control and also doth obey? And 'tis within, yet is beyond. 'Tis both inside and yet outside oneself? What paradox! What fickle-natured power! Aye, frailty thy name belike is the Force.
To Obi-Wan.
Alack, this small remote hath struck again.
Thy errant systems of belief, thy weapons ancient, all thy mysteries, thy robes in meditation o'er the air, thy superstitions, e'en thy precious force, cannot compare to my religion true, a trusty blaster ever by my side. With us I say my prayers and guard my soul.
Devoted follower must thou be with such a speech. Pray tell me, pilgrim reverent, dost thou most truly disbelieve the Force?
A pilgrim, truly said. For I have gone from galaxy to galaxy and more, yet never hath this faithful worshipper found aught to recommend that strange belief, a single force that binds the universe. True 'tis, no mystical power controls Han Solo's yet unfinished destiny, and so I preach the one and only faith. My simple merry tricks are all my gods, and nonsense is the only testament. I worship at the shrine of my own will.
Obi-Wan aside.
A wise philosopher, if e'er there was. I'll warrant he hath character he hides.
To Luke.
Now prithee, try again, and lay aside thy conscious self. Take thou this helmet thick, adorn thine eyes with silver shield opaque, and trust thine instincts only as thy guide.
But surely 'tis a jest, for with this shield I nothing now can see. How can I fight? I truly fight or walk or even stand. Without one's sight, but little can be done.
Nay, 'tis in blindness one doth truly see, for eyes deceive and sight is known to lie. Let feelings be thy sight, their guidance trust.
Enter chorus.
With mind unsure, Luke readies for the fight. The small remote doth dodge most suddenly, but with calm mind Luke blocks its lasers bright. With inner eye the Force has let him see.
Exit
Hurrah,
chorus.
thou canst do it! Hurrah! Thou canst do it.
'Tis luck. No more.
Experience hath taught me much, dear man, and none of it hath shown me aught of luck.
To find success against a small remote is well, and taketh skill, I do confess. To find success against a living soul, however, also taketh excellence.
The console beeps.
It seemeth we draw near to Alderaan.
Exeunt Han Solo and Chewbacca.
I did feel something, Obi-Wan, 'tis true. It seems I fixed my soul's eye on the remote.
Seems, young one? Nay, thou didst. Think thou not seems. Thou hast thy first step ta'en toward a world far greater than thou now canst understand.
Exeunt Luke, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
And thus begins, if I have seen aright, his transformation into Jedi Knight.
Exit Obi-Wan. Scene 7. Inside the Death Star. Enter Darth Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin. Enter Officer Cass opposite.
My lord, our scout ships have reached Dantooine. Remains for the rebel base the scouts have found, yet surely hath it been a length of time deserted. Now shall they begin to search surrounding systems so to find the base.
Exit Officer Cass.
The wench hath lied, deceiving cutthroat girl, most cunning princess born of hell's own heart.
I knew full well she never would betray her prize rebellion whilst in her right mind, and thus I said she ne'er should have our trust.
Destroy her. 'Tis a sentence more than just.
Exeunt. Scene 8. Space. Aboard the Millennium Falcon. Enter Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Now dropping out of Lightspeed's frantic rush, we enter swift unto the area where should there be great Alderaan in view. But pray, what madness meets the Falcon's flight? Is this an asteroid field I see before me? The ship hath run a course direct and true, and yet no Alderaan may here be found. O errand vile, O portents of great ill, what shall it mean when planets are no more, for those who make their wages by the stars?
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker.
What news, good Han?
The ship's position hits the mark, and yet no Alderaan there is.
I pray thee, Mary, say, what canst thou mean? How can a planet vanish in the air?
Thou hast said right, my lad, it is not there. The planet is gone, all turned to rock and ash.
Thou speakest not right. Say how, pray how, tell how.
Destroyed it was, and by the Empire cruel.
1,000 ships could not destroy the planet. Truly, 'twould take greater power than e'er was known to humankind. But soft, another ship approaches quick.
A small ship flies quickly past the Millennium Falcon.
Belike they can the tale relate to us.
Imperial fighter 'tis.
Hath it made chase?
Nay, nay, a short-range fighter 'tis.
Aside.
Oh, how this situation here doth give me pause.
No base nearby, whence cometh it?
Aside.
The courage in me melts away at this. My boast cannot resolve this mystery.
The ship departeth swiftly. If they have identified our lot, we shall have strife.
'Tis my intent to keep us from that fate. Chewbacca, render its transmissions blocked.
Pray, let it go, 'tis too far flown.
Not long.
Dost thou agree a fighter of this size, this deep in space, could not have come alone?
Belike 'twas in a group and now is lost.
It shall not live to tell the tale today.
Forsooth, he makes his way to that small moon.
I may play checkmate on him ere he lands.
Alas, I sense the game and weigh the pawns. That is no moon. 'Tis a space station there.
The Death Star looms in the distance, growing closer.
'Tis far too large a space station to be.
My feelings now do stir. I sense them well. They tell me we shall lose the match we play.
Pray, turn thee now the ship around.
I shall. Now, Chewie, lock thou quick the auxiliary power.
Why do we still approach? What can be done?
It hath the advantage, using tractor beam to pull us in unto its landing bay.
But pray, some move thou must have left to make?
My moves are finished, lad. I must shut down, else shall the entire ship soon come. I must shut down, else shall the ship entire soon come apart. But still, with all my players I shall fight.
Thou canst not win, but will by strategy some good alternative to fighting sea.
Enter chorus.
So enter the Millennium Falcon in unto the Death Star, grand and stark and mean. With fear the Wookiee and the three brave men look on as their space journey changes scene. Meanwhile, the denizens within the base make haste to catch the ship that cometh near. Commanders come with well-armed guards apace, while stormtroopers do at their post appear.
Excellent. We will now take a 10-minute intermission. Shakespeare's Star Wars, Verily, A New Hope will shortly return. During the intermission, please head over to roguejam.com/gametime and cast a vote in the IGN Rogue Jam for our upcoming wrestling-themed visual novel, Kokoro no Pro. We sincerely appreciate your support. We now return to Shakespeare Star Wars, Verily, A New Hope. Act 4, Scene 1. Inside the Death Star. Enter Darth Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin, and Envoy.
A freighter hath been captured, entering the system Alderaan. Its markings match a ship that hath Mos Eisley quickly fled.
This errant ship, belike, endeavors to return the plans unto the princess who, within the space, is locked in guarded cell.
To Tarkin.
Perhaps the princess yet hath use to us.
Exit Tarkin. Vader crosses to the ship. Enter Officer 1, Stormtroopers, and Guards 1 and 2.
No person is aboard the ship, my lord. The log maintained on board doth tell a tale of all the crew abandoning the ship directly after its departure. 'Tis no doubt a decoy, sir, for all the pods have launched been.
Hast thou found any droids?
Nay, truly not, my lord. If there had been, then surely they must have abandoned too.
Send thou a scanning crew aboard the ship, and check its nooks and crannies. Every bit.
Aye, good my lord.
Vader, aside.
Distracted is my mind, but through its cloudy haze the reasons come. Unless I'm in error, someone here has come. I have not felt this presence since the days that are but dark in memory. This presence I have known since I was young. This presence that once called me close friend. This presence that hath all my hopes betrayed. This presence that hath turned my day into night. This awful presence, peasant here must be. So shall to this presence violence present.
Exit Darth Vader. Officer 1 approaches Trooper 5.
Now, to thy work and scan the ship.
The scan is done. No living soul is here.
Exit Stormtroopers. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2, hidden.
'Tis fortunate thou hadst these storage bins.
Their use hath ever been for smuggling goods. Ne'er have I thought I would myself herein be smuggling. All we do is madness. Fie, if I could start the ship, the tractor beam would wrap its eagle's talons around my neck.
The tractor beam thou mayst leave unto me.
Thou fool, I knew that thou would say as much.
I say thou fool? Then fool good sir am I. But when thou sayest fool, remember well, and that fools do walk in foolish company. So if I am a fool, perhaps 'tis true that other fools around me may be found. For who is he hath more foolish been, the fool, or other fool who follows him?
They hide. Guards 1 and 2 stand by while scanning crew enter ship and are bested by Obi-Wan, Luke, Han Solo, and Chewbacca.
Oi! Didst thou hear that sound?
Pray, a sound? Hear sound?
Aye, truly. I quite certainly heard a sound.
Thine ears mayhaps play tricks on thee, my friend.
Nay, nay. Dost thou not think this strange?
What's strange?
The droids did flee the ship we have attacked, and onto Tatooine have gone by port. 'Tis true thus far.
I cannot claim 'tis false.
On Tatooine they have been traced first to Jawas vile, and then to humans.
Dead.
Aye, dead they are. Our men did see to it. But follow on. The boy who with them lived hath fled. We knew not where, till he has seen it yon Mos Eisley with the pair of droids.
Aye, aught was all in the last week's briefing. Pray, what more of this? Hast thou aught new to say?
Well, the boy and droids together disappeared. Their very hour, the very ship, this ship did fly. And now the ship is here, through empty seams.
Nay, empty 'tis. The scanning crew doth work, e'en now.
Which bringeth me full circle to the sound I just have heard. Is possible, my friend, that boy and droids and rebels all have flown within this ship onto this base, and yet, in now, whilst thou and I do speak, still hide within the ship?
I am amazed.
Aye, verily? Thinkst thou I may be right?
I said thou hast amazed me, and 'tis true. But never did I say I think thee right. Thou dost amaze by the overactive thoughts. A hidden boy, the droids within, a fig! Avaunt, thou silly guard, be not so thick. Thy great imagination hath o'erwrought thy better senses. Thinkest thou thy powers of judgment far exceed our master's true? Mayst thou outwit the great Darth Vader, or the cunning of our Governor Tarkin? Nay, we are but simple guards. Our purpose here is plain and to the point. We've been tasked to watch the ship and follow all commands, and to not prattle on with airy thoughts.
Aye, thou hast spoke a well-considered word. Thou art a friend, as I have e'er maintained, and thou hast spoken truth and called me quite. The rebels hide herein. What vain conceit, that ere they should the Death Star enter. Ha!
It warmed my heart to see thee so restored, and back to thine own merry native self.
Han, within ship.
Pray, may we have thy good assistance here?
Guard 1 to Guard 2.
So, let us together, friend. Good cheer!
Guards 1 and 2 enter the ship and are killed. Exeunt others. Scene 2. Inside the Death Star. Enter officers 2 and 3.
Say, TK-421, now wherefore hast thou left thy station? TK-421, canst thou my message hear?
To Officer 3.
Take thou command. Belike he hath had a bad transmitter. So shall I attend and help him if I may.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, C-3PO, R2-D2, and Chewbacca with Han Solo and Luke dressed as stormtroopers, killing officers 2 and 3. Enter chorus.
Now through the doorway come our heroes brave. The Imperial officers Chewbacca fights, whilst Han with blaster doth his entry pave. They have arrived. Escape is in their sights.
Sigh. With all this howling nonsense and all thy blasting, 'tis a miracle that all within the station have not heard of our arrival.
Surely let them come. Fight would I prefer to sneaking yon and hither.
Whistle, squeak, beep, beep.
We have the outlet for the system found.
Aside.
Oh, that my words might end their bickering.
'Tis well. Plug R2 in, and he shall read the whole Imperial network.
Beep, beep, squeak. Whoop, whistle, squeak. Ah, beep, beep, squeak, beep, beep.
Now hath he found the main control under the power beams that holds the ship there herein. He shall attempt to show thee presently where its exact location may be found. The tractor beam is 7 the tracker beam in 7 places is connected to the main reactor, but a power loss at any terminal shall set the good Millennium Falcon free.
Obi-Wan aside.
That number 7 shall our freedom mean, but only one of 7 shall we need. I fear those numbers 7 and then 1 do something dangerous portend. But why? Our company is only 6, unless there were another joined unto us here. Then were we 7, yet what means the 1? Oh, strangely weeps the thought into my mind. I have a feeling that through the force that ere we leave this place, some 7 shall we be. Yet 1 shall stay behind as sacrifice, thus 7, and thus 1, the numbers tell the story that herein shall soon be told.
To Luke and Han.
Methinks ye two cannot assist me now. This one, ye and I shall go alone.
Aye, good. So shall I hearken unto what thou sayest, for I already on this voyage have done more than that which for I have been paid.
I would go with thee, sir.
Pray, patience, Luke, for thou must stay and guard the vital droids. They must be taken safely to our friends, or other systems end like Alderaan. Thy destiny, dear boy, doth truly go upon a path far different from mine, and fate for thee hath spun another thread than what she hath Obi-Wan's life stitched. The Force, it shall be with thee always, Luke.
Exit Obi-Wan. Luke aside.
He hath bestowed a Jedi's blessing here. So why then am I utterly unnerved?
Wookie, thou hast spoken well and true. Whence hast thou this old bag of bones uncovered?
Yon Ben in all good virtues doth excel.
Aye, certain he excelleth when the goal is but to lead us into trouble great.
But thou hast not excelled at offering a thought to how we can the station scape.
Yet any simple plan excelleth o'er remaining here till all descend on us. It taketh not a wisdom that excels to know for certain fact that such is true.
R2-D2 aside.
By heaven, now stop their bickering with this new information.
To Han and Luke.
Beep, beep, wee!
I prithee, what doth all this beeping mean?
Sir, I confess I do not know. He has declared that he hath found her. Then the droid repeats, she's here, she's here.
But Mary, who?
Good Princess Leia.
Princess Leia? Here?
Aside.
Now doth this strange adventure stir my blood.
What sayest of princess?
Where, thou droid, say where?
What princess on thy life this thing unveil?
Beep, 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 squeak, whistle, beep, beep, boop.
In now, the princess is on level 5, detention block of AA-23.
R2-D2 aside.
Oh me, this new discovery of mine doth shake my core and shall arouse their soul.
To Han and Luke.
Beep, beep, ah, beep, squeak, beep, 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 ah, me.
I fear, good sir, it doth give certain news, the princess shall be terminated soon.
Nay, nay, so quickly met and now with this so quickly lost, now we must swiftly act.
What dost thou prattle on about, pray tell?
Luke aside.
Oh, how can one describe in simple words the import this mysterious woman hath upon my life?
To Han.
These droids are hers. She hath appeared in message urgent, too. I see thou canst not understand it well, yet what I know is this. We must give her whate'er unflagging help we can, help and hope we may.
Speak not with such great folly. Obi-Wan hath told us to remain.
Yet knew he not that she is here.
To C-3PO.
Pray, tell me how we may straight make our way to the detention block.
I say again what I have said before. To this location is my purpose fixed, and whether princess be within or no, I tell thee plain, I shall not thither go.
She shall executed be. Thou hast said, mere minutes past, that thou wouldst not remain to see our sudden, sure imprisonment. Now is thy fondest wish that we should stay?
To march to the detention blocks unwise, to make our way to danger folly 'tis, to there present ourselves as passing mad, to boldly go where none hath gone is wild.
Hast thou no heart? She sentenced is to die.
My sentence is, 'tis better she than I.
Luke, aside.
How shall I break a heart that loveth not, and with convenience a man who lives by wit? He hath not seen the urgency within her eyes. He hath not known the trembling in her voice. He hath not heard the manner of her plea, and yet without his help I fear my errand surely fails. What shall I do? I know that under his exterior more good and noble aspiration lie, but by what tricks of speech to bring them forth, and what persuasions shall his fixed will move? My Aunt Beru hath told me once a tale. She said when the first deep, vast Kessel mines were dug, it revealed was that the pearls of greatest value must by clever means discovered be. So did the miners band together so to make a useful tool. This tool would pull the pears out from the rock in such a way they seemed to emerge by ruse. This practice had a name, the hammer ploy. Now shall I play a hammer's ploy upon the soul of this good smuggler, coaxing him by means most indirect to rescue good. Thus may the pearl of his still ragged soul revealed be, and shine as ne'er before.
To Han.
I tell thee true, the lady wealthy is.
Say, wealthy?
Wealthy, aye, with power. If thou wouldst rescue her, thy great reward would be,
Pray, what?
well, more, I'll warrant, than thou mayst imagine.
Thou josh with me, for my imagination hath few bounds.
Thou shalt have it.
So would I.
Aye, thou wilt.
Enough, I am engaged. But I do hope thou knowest well of what thou speakest here.
Well, well.
Hast thou a plan?
C3PO, I prithee pass these binding cuffs to me.
To Chewbacca.
Good Wookie, I shall put these on thee now. Han, perhaps thou shouldst that honor have.
Han Solo cuffs Chewbacca.
Fear not, dear Chewie. Now his plan is plain.
My Master Luke, forgive my question, Frank. What should we do if we discovered our...
Lock thou the door?
And pray they've blasters none.
C3PO, aside to R2D2.
'Tis not a reassuring word.
Exit C3PO and R2D2 as Han, Luke, and Chewbacca go to detention block. Enter chorus.
So now Chewbacca, Han, and Luke proceed unto detention level 5, quite grave. With bravery, good hope, and all Godspeed, their errand is a princess there to save. The minions of the Death Star pay no mind, nor are they by these three at all dismayed. They do not fear the Wookiee, for behind are Han and Luke as stormtroopers arrayed. Meanwhile, in stealth, does Obi-Wan pass by, and to the terminal doth make his way. But while he goes, Darth Vader feels him fly. So every character his role doth play.
Thy plan it shall not work.
And wherefore hast thou not said this ere now?
Aye, but I have.
Luke, Han Solo, and Chewbacca enter detention block with Officer 4 and soldiers.
By heaven, I say, where that takest thou this thing?
This prisoner hath been transferred here from cell 1138.
No one hath told me so. Thus 'tis my duty to confirm thy word.
Soldiers approach.
Be thou swift and merciless, good Luke.
Han Solo, Luke, and Chewbacca kill Officer 4 and soldiers. Enter chorus.
With blasters raised and targets in their scopes, the three do overtake the Imperial threat. The obstacle o'ercome, they have fresh hopes, but still their way hath not been made clear yet.
Now shall we see wherein thy princess lies? It saith herein she now is held in cell 2187. Go, I'll hold them here.
Han into comlink.
Oh, be not anxious, comrades, fear ye not. The situation here hath been controlled. All merry 'tis in the detention block.
Officer 1 through comlink.
But what hath happened?
Oh, 'tis no matter, sir. A slight malfunction of the weapons here. But all is well, and we are well, and all within are well. The prisoners, too, are well. 'Tis well, 'tis well. And thou art also well?
We shall dispatch a squad to verify.
Nay, there's a leak in the reactor here. Pray give us time to mend the matter well. The leak is large and dangerous, but fear thou not, for all, I tell thee true, is well.
But who art thou? And what's thy number code?
Han Solo blasts the comm link.
That conversation did my spirits bore. Now, Luke, prepare thyself for company.
Luke enters Princess Leia's chamber aside.
Thou truly art in jest. Art thou not small of stature if thou art a stormtrooper? Does empire shrink for want of taller troops? The empire's evil ways, I'll grant, are grand, but must its soldiers want for fear of height?
Luke aside.
So hath my introduction fallen short. She sees the uniform, but not the man.
Removing helmet to Leia.
Luke Skywalker am I. I have thy droids. My noble errand is to rescue thee, and I with Ben Kenobi have come here.
With Ben Kenobi? Where is he?
Draw near.
Exit. Scene 3. Inside the Death Star. Enter Darth Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin.
I tell thee, he is here.
Old Obi-Wan Kenobi, wherefore dost thou think 'tis so?
A tremor in the Force hath been my guide. When last I felt its movement, I was in the presence of my former master.
'Twas years ago. He must be dead by now.
Thou shalt not underestimate the power of the Force doth hold.
The Jedi are extinct. Their power from the universe is gone. And thou, dear friend, art all that doth remain of their misguided old religious way.
Comlink beeps.
Pray, what?
Detention AA-23 hath sounded an emergency alert.
The princess? Fie! Put thou all sections on alert.
I tell thee, Obi-Wan is here, e'en now, and surely with him is the Force.
If thou art right, he must not be allowed this station to escape. Nay, never, nay!
Escape is not his plan. I must confront my former master, and I must do it alone.
Exit Grand Moff Tarkin.
The master's lesson shall I teach in turn. When Obi-Wan I face in battle soon, I shall my vengeance win, my triumph gain, when I deliver him unto his death. Though comrades we were in full many wars, though friends we have been once, the past is gone, and all is but a horrid memory. Today my hopes shall be achieved, when I strike down the vile betrayer of my youth. This conflict shall fulfill my destiny, and end for him in bleak eternity.
Exit Darth Vader. Scene 4. Inside the Death Star. Enter Han Solo and Chewbacca with stormtroopers entering and Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia aside. Enter chorus.
With hearty blasts the Imperial troops appear, their coming doth require that Han retreat. In moment dangerous, amidst great fear, here Han and Leia for the first time meet.
Our exit's blocked now.
With a fool's great skill hast thou our route to freedom quite cut off.
Mayhap thy highness would prefer her cell?
Luke into comlink.
C-3PO, canst thou by any means discover how we may the cell block leave? Our entry point is now a deadly end.
All to thy presence have alerted been. The entrance only takes one in or out. All other information where thou art hath been restricted.
Luke to Han.
Now are we quite trapped.
I cannot hold them back forever, sure.
'Tis quite a rescue thou hast planned for me. Thou hast come in, but how shalt thou go out? Hath folly been thy guide?
He hath the plan, not I, thou sweetheart of ingratitude.
Leia takes Luke's blaster and shoots a hole in the wall.
By what darkest rite of hell art thou possessed?
It falls to me to make our rescue good. Now follow me into the refuse heap.
Princess Leia exits into chute. Han to Chewbacca.
Go thou hence. Get in, thou furry lump. I care not what thou smells within. Unless 'tis death, must be a sweeter smell than this attack. Now go, be not afeard, my friend.
Chewbacca exits into chute. Han to Luke.
I say, what a charming girl thou hast here found. I shall either destroy her, or perhaps I may in time begin to like the wench.
Luke aside.
Nay, executioner or lover, both are too great a role for thee to play.
Now go, and I follow, all else be damned.
Exit Luke and Han into chute. Enter chorus.
The scene doth shift unto the refuse space, where all is wrought as like a funeral pyre. Though safe, our heroes other woes now face. They go from the frying pan unto the fire.
Exit chorus. Enter Han Solo, Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, and Princess Leia in garbage pile at bottom of chute.
Oh, what wonder of the human mind hath thought to bring us here! Your Highness must be lauded greatly for discovering such a wondrous smell as this.
To Chewbacca.
I'll blast the door. Swift, get thee hence.
Nay, prithee, shoot thou not.
Han shoots, and the black blast ricochets.
Thou errant knave, wouldst thou do unto us all? I have already tried to exit thus, but lo, as thou now plainly seest, thou brute, the passageway is sealed magnetically.
Now rid us of that blaster quickly too, else shall thine edgy trigger finger mean the certain death of all of us herein.
Oh, aye, thy worship. Ha, 'twas all in my control till thou didst lead us into this heap. Nor shall the stormtroopers need any time to calculate where all of us have flown.
And yet I say to you, it could be worse.
A loud sound is heard.
'Tis worse.
I'll warrant something lives in here.
Han aside.
I expect his word is true, but fear to say.
To Luke.
'Tis but thy keen imagination, Luke.
'Twas not just my imagination that now swum boldly past my leg, or else my imagination now hath body too. Aye, there. Did thine eye see? Did but a mere imagined figment just swim by?
See what?
Luke is pulled into the water by an unseen force.
What?
Enter chorus.
Yet ere young Luke with answer can respond, he's pulled unto the watery depths below. For several moments in that garbage pond, no sign is seen beneath the murky flow. As ominous sound breaks forth into the pit, and seconds later Luke emerges, spent. The beast's pursuit of him for now is quit. A greater challenge doth this represent.
Exit chorus. Luke rises above the surface.
Oh, miracle that thou art truly saved! What happened in there, below the briny sludge?
I do not know. The slimy creature hath released its vice-like grip on me and fled.
Another sound is heard.
I have a feeling bad about this sound.
The walls begin to contract.
The walls, oh horrid fate, begin to move.
Be not afeard, and stand thou not in awe, but rouse thee now and halt its sure approach. Now lend me thy assistance.
But wait, I have a comlink and may hail the droids.
Into comlink.
C-3PO, say, art thou there? Pray, speak.
Enter chorus.
But while he tries to hail the golden droid, C-3PO hath troubles of his own, for stormtroopers are to their room deployed, and now the droids must save themselves alone.
Exit chorus. Enter C-3PO and R2-D2 aside with stormtroopers.
Oh, grant us help, for there are madmen here, who e'en now to the prison level gone. If thou but hurry, thou mayst catch them there.
R2-D2 aside.
Well said, my friend. He hath a merry wit when pride and scorn fall not from out his mouth.
Trooper 7 to other stormtroopers.
I Pretty fellows, come and follow me.
Excellent stormtroopers.
C3PO.
Now climb on top.
In faith, I try.
Where is the knave? C3PO!
I fear a wicked fate's befallen them. Pray, R2, see if they imprisoned are. Now search, apace!
Beep, squeak, beep, whistle, beep.
One thing is certain, we shall thinner be. I shall not lose my wit in death's face.
They are not found. Oh, great relief. Where may they be? Use the comlink? Oh, I had forgotten quite and turned it off.
Intercom link.
Pray, art thou there, sir?
3PO, 'tis thou?
I will confess we have some problems faced.
Peace, 3PO, lend ears and not thy voice. Disarm thou every refuse smasher on detention levels. Dost thou mark me, droid? Be rapid, else thy master is no more.
To R2D2.
Nay, shut them all down. Hurry, R2, go!
Beep, squeak, beep, whistle, whoop.
Ah!
Oh!
Ah!
Ah, no heart within this golden breast doth beat, for only wires and circuit boards are here. Yet as I hear my master's dying screams, no heart is necessary for my grief. A droid hath sadness, and hopes and fears, and each of these emotions have I felt since Master Luke appeared and made me his. No master have I e'er respected so. Thus, at this moment grave, I do declare, there is no etiquette for shedding tears, no protocol can e'er express my woe.
R2D2 aside.
Plague upon 3PO for action slow. A plague upon my quest that led us here. A plague upon both our circuit boards, I say.
Nay, nay, fear not, dear droid. We all still live. Pray, open thou the door on maintenance hatch 326827. Blessed be.
R2D2 aside.
Oh, fondest hope of fervent prayers now heard. My master is alive and plagues deterred.
Exeunt all. Scene 5. Inside the Death Star. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi in stealth with 2 stormtroopers in power terminal. Enter chorus.
While Luke and Leia, Han and Chewie flee, old Obi-Wan has reached the power source. He cuts the tractor beam quite cunningly, then makes his exit, drawing on the Force.
What do these warnings tell? Shall we explore?
Belike 'tis just a drill and nothing more.
Exeunt. Scene 6. Inside the Death Star. Enter Luke Skywalker, holding stormtrooper helmet.
Alas, poor stormtrooper, I knew ye not, yet I taken both uniform and life from thee. What manner of man wert thou? A man of infinite jest or cruelty? A man with helpmate and with children too? A man who hath his empire served with pride? A man, perhaps, who wished for perfect peace? Whate'er thou wert, good man, thy pardon grant unto the one who took thy place, e'en me.
Enter Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Princess Leia.
If we may female given advice avoid, we should well be upon our merry way.
Aye, stand I ready to be gone from here.
Large sound is heard.
Say, where dost thou go to, Wookiee? Where?
Han fires.
Thou brute, they shall overhear.
Pray thou come here, Chewbacca, else I brand thee cowardly.
Now use thine ears, and if thou hast thy brain, I know not who thou art, or whence thou camest, yet from this moment thou shalt heed my words.
Your worship, prithee let me be direct. I have one lord and master, 'tis myself, and only from that one I take commands.
I wonder great that thou art still alive. Now prithee, shall this walking carpet be removed from my path?
Han aside.
A saucy wit, a wicked tongue that will be tamed, I vow. No other payment is reward enough.
They come upon the hangar where the Millennium Falcon is held. Han to Luke.
There 'tis.
Luke into comlink.
C3PO, say, where art thou?
Aye, sir.
And art thou safe?
For now, we are positioned in the hangar just across directly from the gallant ship.
And we are just above thee, so stand by.
Leia to Han.
Hast thou come here in that ungainly heap? Thou art perhaps then braver than I thought.
'Tis well and good, though I need not thy praise.
Enter Chorus.
The foursome toward the ship with swift foot race, but soon they meet with opposition dire. Chewbacca goes with Han, both giving chase, while Luke and Leia to other paths aspire.
Fly hence, my friends, and meet us at the ship.
Exeunt Han Solo and Chewbacca, chasing stormtroopers.
A lion's share of courage hath he not?
Luke aside.
Alas, now is her heart moved unto him?
To Leia.
What help is courage if it leads to death? But come now, let us flee another way.
The chase is underway as all make haste. Han, once pursuer, soon becomes pursued, when with a mass of stormtroopers he's faced. He turneth quickly, as like a man unglued. Meanwhile the princess and young Luke do flee, for troopers coming after them with speed. They happen on an open door and see a chasm past which they cannot proceed.
Belike we have an errant corner turned, for this deep hole leads not unto the ship.
Forsooth, methinks that we shall safer be, even with the pit behind the door shut fast.
She shuts the door.
Yet now I see no lock we may employ. So what for our dear freedom is the key?
Luke shoots door control. Luke aside.
I take a note from Han and blaster use, belike that shall keep enemies at bay.
We must o'erleap this deep abyss somehow. Pray, canst thou use thy sharp and earnest wit to find a means for lengthening the bridge?
Oh, now the wisdom of old Obi-Wan is proven, for the blaster was too harsh.
Do something, prithee, or they shall burst through.
Though clever Luke the scene he doth survey, and soon conceived a noble plan to cross. To take their flight and save them sans delay, he bears a length of rope as thin as floss. Attacked, now Leia matches fire with fire, and so they cross, a swinging o'er the abyss. But ere they fly, the princess doth inspire more strength in Luke by means of royal kiss.
A kiss for luck before our flight, dear friend. A kiss upon thy cheek from lips of mine. A kiss to give thee hope and confidence. A kiss to bring us courage in this time. Now take this kiss, my gift bestowed by choice, and on the other side we'll soon rejoice.
Exeunt. Scene 7. Inside the Death Star. Enter Chorus.
While droids do worry o'er their master's fate, Han and Chewbacca make their swift escape, while Luke and Leia now in safety wait. A mighty final duel taketh shape.
Enter Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi with stormtroopers watching.
For certain I have waited, Obi-Wan, and now at last we meet together here, our destinies once and for all fulfilled. The circle of our lives is now complete. A student was I when I left thee last, but now I am the master over thee.
Thou art a master, Darth. I know 'tis true, but only evil hast thou mastered.
The duel commences.
In time thy powers have weak become, old man.
And yet thou canst not win, I'll warrant, Darth. For if thou strike me down, e'en now, e'en here, I shall more great and powerful become than e'er thou hast imagined possible.
I tell thee plain, thou shouldst not have returned.
Enter Chorus.
What noble battle passes twixt these men? Lightsabers rage from Sith and Jedi Knight. No more courageous battle hath there been. 'Tis like the day does combat with the night. Now whilst the two in conflict strike their blows, the others come that they the ship may find. At first, Han Solo and Chewbacca shows, then Luke and Princess Leia just behind.
Did we not just this frightening party leave? Where hast thou been?
We did some old friends meet, but finding them unfriendly, have both vowed to find far truer, better friends henceforth.
Hast thou seen any problems with the ship?
It seemeth fine, if we may make approach and get beyond the stormtroopers. Aye, then my fondest hope is that thine Obi-Wan hath vanquished the wicked tractor beam.
Behold, what ease! The stormtroopers go hence.
Ah, now, 'tis our chance, good R2. Come!
R2D2 aside.
Aye, will he now be leading me?
2-3PO.
Fly, fly, good friends. Unto the ship make haste.
Enter chorus.
As everyone unto the ship draws nigh, young Luke sees Obi-Wan trade slice with slice, and Ben Kenobi, catching young Luke's eye, prepares to make a gracious sacrifice.
A Jedi is not made of fear or hate, but must a nobler countenance display. It is a lesson learned in times gone by, that I teach myself unto this day. Full many years I have spent with thoughts of this instant, when Darth Vader I'd confront. But now my thirst for retribution's cold, while sweet forgiveness doth my spirit taste. I know I cannot win this battle here, nor would I wish to slay the kindly man who surely still within this black shell lives. And so unto this death I'll go, this sleep that promises the dream of peace. This undiscovered galaxy, wherein I'll know the at last tranquility of heart. But ere I die, I'll one last lesson teach. I shall, in this my final moment, set a keen example for the universe, that future generations may yet know the valor and strength of Jedi Knights. Put up thy lightsaber now, Obi-Wan, and show thyself a Jedi to this son.
Obi-Wan raises his lightsaber and is cut through by Darth Vader. Enter chorus.
The cry of nay escapes Luke's trembling lips, and the stormtroopers turn round to see them there. A battle great begins before the ship, as to the falcon these brave souls repair. But ere the group departs amid the fray, Luke hears the voice of Obi-Wan inside. Pray, run, Luke, run, the inner voice doth say. And Luke, the Death Star, leaves the Force as guide.
Exeunt. Act 5, Scene 1. Space, aboard the Millennium Falcon. Enter Luke and Princess Leia, separately with 3PO and R2D2.
My heart doth break at this most recent loss. And how shall heart be healed of this grave pain? My aunt and uncle first, and now this Ben? Did e'er a person know such grief as mine?
His heart breaks for a person, Obi-Wan. My heart breaks for a people, Alderaan. My ship crushed first, and now my planet too. Did e'er a person know such grief as ours?
I have but known this man a little time, yet in my heart he holds a special place. So had I hoped to learn from him the Force, and be his eager new apprentice too.
My Alderaan I've known for all my life, and hold it in my heart in highest esteem. So had I hoped to one day make it home, when this rebellion all is passed away.
But now must I another pathway take, and make my final destiny sans him. My hopes shall not fulfilled be as planned, Yet may I hope to serve through different deeds.
But now must I some other course adopt, and write my life's own story without them. My dreams shall not be realized as I wished, yet may I dream to see some other fate.
Thus shall I strive to hold my head up high and be a beacon to this princess dear, so I'll in her rebellion play my part and show her what a Jedi Knight may be.
Thus shall I strive to hold my hands outstretched and be a calming presence to this man, so I'll in his deep mourning act my role and show him what a comfort friends may be.
Han from within the cockpit.
We now approach the Empire's sentry ships. I prithee, Chewie, keep the shields at bay and angle our deflector shields whilst I do charge the weapons for our sure defense.
Enter Han Solo.
My friends, I know you grieve most heartily, yet we have not made our escape complete. I need thy help, so get thee to the guns.
Enter Chorus.
With newfound strength, Luke rises to the chore and finds the console opposite from Han. With lasers armed and engines all roar, TIE fighters swiftly come. The battle is on.
Now be thou sharp, young Luke.
They come anon.
They come too fast. How shall we hold them off?
The ship is struck. All lateral controls have been destroyed.
Oh, heaven!
He falls.
Be not afeard. A warrant that the ship shall surely hold.
Aside.
O ship, hast heard my word? I prithee hold.
Now I have smashed one.
Well, thou worthy lad.
Aside.
But be thou not too full of pride and joy. When battle's won, then mayst thou boast indeed, but none e'er boasted yet who bested were.
Still two remain, so be thou bold and wise.
With shouts and sweat and every skill employed, young Luke and Han contend with all their might. At length, the last TIE fighter is destroyed, and battle ends in fiery blast of light.
We are the victors. Merry is the day.
But I have fallen. Help! Oh, help me now. 'Tis surely thy fault, R2-D2. See?
Beep, beep, squeak, whistle, beep, beep, whistle, wee!
Exeunt. Scene 2. Inside the Death Star. Enter Grand Moff Tarkin and Darth Vader.
Now, have they gone? The rebels truly fled.
They have. E'en now the jump to light speed made.
And thou art sure, I prithee say thou art, the homing beacon safe aboard the ship hath placed been? I fear this risks unwise.
The risk and homing beacon both have been well placed, though Tarkin assured thereof.
'Tis well, good friend. I trust thy word herein. Yet would I have thee know what dangers here, while I have risked the world to let them flee, since thou dost reassure the risks on thee.
Exeunt. Scene 3. Space. Aboard the Millennium Falcon. Enter Han Solo and Princess Leia.
Thy rescue hath been wondrous, thinkst thou not? Say I, at times I do myself amaze. Amazing hath my rescue of thee been, amazing is my hand at piloting, amazing all my part in this escape, amazing, aye, 'tis true, my handsome looks.
Amazing is thy pride and love of self. Thus stand I now amazed that ere thou shouldst allow thy great amazing self to stoop so low that thou wouldst rescue such as I. But let me now amaze thee, if I may, by telling thee that thy amazement is misplaced. For never have Imperial ships let enemies escape with such great ease as thou and thy amazing vessel have just now amazingly escaped.
Nay, nay, call'st thou this venture easy, princess? Psh!
I'll warrant we are being tracked e'en now.
This ship shall never track it be, good sis.
Methinks thou dost upon this vessel far too great a trust bestow. But none of that. I merely am relieved that R2 doth the information safely in him guard.
But wherefore does this matter, princess? Say, what carries he?
Rebellion's greatest hope, for he doth hold the readouts technical unto that battle station, aye, the one that such great power displayed o'er Alderaan. My hope is that when the data can be read, an inner weakness shall be found. Though thou hast seen this battle end, the war has not concluded yet.
But there thou errest. Thou dost not speak my mind. For this ship and its pilot, princess, 'tis concluded now. I have not joined thy revolution, nay. My purpose runs not to rebellion help, my purpose runs not to assist thyself, my purpose runs toward one aim alone, and I do speak it plain. I shall be paid, and will be paid, and every aspect of my being lives in expectation of the moment when thou shalt my coffers fill.
O fiendish knave! Be thou concerned not o'er thy reward. If thou in money dost find love, then surely shalt thou have it aye.
Enter Luke.
Thy friend is every part a hired man, a mercenary with no mercy he. I question whether he doth care for aught, or any one.
Exit Princess Leia. Luke aside.
But I do care, I do. If only, Leia, thou didst know how much.
To Han.
Pray tell me, Han, what dost thou think of her?
I tell thee true, my mind is settled fast when it thinks not of her.
'Tis well, 'tis well.
Han aside.
Now it is plain to me why he doth ask. The boy doth fancy her, I'll warrant, else I've made a great mistake in judgment here. What use are young men's dreams if not for mocking? So I shall dance upon his tender heart.
To Luke.
And yet...
Luke aside.
Alas, a yet? What's this of yet?
The woman truly hath a spirit bold, and yet I know not. What thinkest thou, I pray? Thinkest thou a princess could with me be?
Nay.
Exeunt. Scene 4. The rebel base on Yavin 4. Enter chorus.
The swift Millennium Falcon makes its course unto the place the Empire long has sought. On Yavin 4 rebellion hath its source, o'er which the final battle shall be fought.
Enter Princess Leia and Commander Willard, with Luke, Han Solo, and R2-D2 behind.
Good princess, thou art safe. When word we heard about the cruel destruction of thy home, we feared the worst. But now to see thee safe is like a fragrant blossom to my sense.
In time we may recount our griefs, good sir, but now is the occasion we must act. I prithee, take this R2 unit here, and use the data thou shalt find therein to plan our great attack. Our only hope it is, Commander. Trust in what I say.
The records R2 holds are analyzed, and lo, an opportunity appears. The rebels straight are of the news apprised, and hearts made ready as the battle nears. But whilst they mine good R2's database, the Empire learns where all the rebels wait. The Death Star makes its way unto the place to bring to Yavin Alderon's grim fate.
Enter General Dodonna, Wedge Antilles, and various rebel commanders and pilots.
Now gather round, ye pilots good and true, for here shalt thou a goodly lesson learn. We have a single hope in this attack, and ye shall hear how we may compass it. The battle station heavily shielded is, and hath more power to fire than half our fleet. It hath defenses against a large assault, but like the king who fell for want of horse, the station may be crushed by smaller might. A one-man fighter may have the strength to clear the outer wall and penetrate tethering.
Beg pardon, sir, but how, I prithee, shall a one-man fighter stand its ground against that?
A question asked in wisdom 'tis, good friend. The empire vast hath not considered small snub fighters to be any threat, methinks, else surely 'twould make suitable defense. The strongest people often put their faith upon their strength alone. Yet often such as these are bested by a people led by wisdom, skill, and cunning. To the point, the plans provided by the princess show the battle station's fatal weaknesses. A weakness I do call it, yet be sure. The hard approach therein shall perilous be. Thou must maneuver through the trench above the surface unto this especial point. There shalt thou find the glory spot, my lads. There shalt thou, with a blast most keenly shot, bring down an empire cruel and merciless. But take ye heed, for all is not yet told. The hole thou must attempt to strike is but 2 meters wide, a thermal pipe for waste. This hole shall make thy laser's power grow. This hole shall start a chain reaction great. This hole, if thou canst hit it, wins the day. This hole shall end the battle station hole.
But, sir, the odds of such a hit are nil.
'Tis near impossible. Shall we, I say, attempt this madness, or mayhap 'tis best if we do live to fight another day. If we had but another 1,000 ships.
Friends, rebels, starfighters, lend me your ears. Wish not we had a single fighter more. If we are marked to die, we are enough to make our planets proud. But should we win, we fewer rebels share the greater fame, and we all have sacrificed unto this cause. Yet we all know well the family I have lost. My uncle dear and my aunt beloved, I both, and then a mentor great, a powerful friend. As massive is the grief I feel for them, I know full well they'd not have me back down. A princess hath a planet lost, with friends and family alike. How great her pain! And yet, as grave as that emotion is, she knoweth they would have her lead us still. And ye goodly men and women too, ye all have lived and loved and lost as well. Your stories are with mine one and the same, for all of us have known of grief and joy, and every one has come unto this day, not so that we may turn our backs and flee, but that we may gather courage show, both for ourselves and for those we left behind. So let us not wish further ships were here, and let us not of tiny holes to be feared. Why, I have with a T-16 back home gone hunting womp rats scarcely larger than the target we are called upon to strike. And yea, ye brave souls, have your memories of your great exploits in your own homelands. So think on them and let your valor rise, for with the force and bravery we win. Oh, great shall be the triumph of the hour when the empire, haughtily vast and powerful, is felled by simple hands of rebel base, is shown the might of our goodly company, and citizens in Bespin now abed shall think themselves accursed that they were not here, for never shall rebellion see a time more glorious than our strong attack today.
Aye!
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 Go ye then, and force be with you all.
Exeunt all but Luke Skywalker. Enter chorus.
A bustling preparation now is made, as every man unto his post does go. A joyful spirit doth the base pervade, whilst on the Death Star pride doth overflow.
Enter Darth Vader with Grand Moff Tarkin, aside in Death Star.
This day I'll warrant lives in history. The end of old Kenobi it hath seen, and end of the rebellion draweth near.
Exit Vader and Tarkin. Enter Han Solo.
Now what is this? Thou hast thine only love, thy dear reward, and now thou leavest quick?
'Tis true, I do confess, for I shall ne'er be free unless I use this great reward to clear me from the crushing weight of debt. And be thou honest, should I here remain to fight against a power as great as this? 'Tis foolishness, this fight, 'tis lunacy. Pray, Luke, come with us. Thou art a brave and worthy lad, with wit and strength to fight.
Speak thou not so, but open up thine eyes. See here what noble cause thou leavest behind. Look in the hearts of these good people here. Behold the force that keeps rebellion strong. Thou must have eyes to see what happens here, how great the cost of this bleak battle is. Thou knowest well what talent thou dost hold, to pilot and to lead with manner bold. Turn not thy back upon thy fate, good Han, but turn thy heart and stay with us to fight.
What value hath the reward when one is killed? What benefit gives honor to the dead? To try the fight against that station, Luke, is not good courage, rather suicide.
Then take thou care, Han, thou solo act, for certain 'tis the part thou best dost play.
Nay, listen. The force be with thee, Luke.
Exit Luke.
The ship that flies without a thruster fails. Propulsion and direction must one have to navigate the obstacles of space. I know 'tis true, as any pilot doth. Then how can I imagine that a man can fly without a conscience as his guide? Without the inner compass of my soul, how can I vainly hope to pilot life? I know what 'tis to choose the right and good. I know the small rebellion's cause is just. I know the people here have need of help. I know all this, but still do harbor doubt. Yet shall my doubts lead me unto this choice, and shall I choose convenience over right? Or shall I choose myself or my new friends? Aye, shall I choose rewards or my own soul? A smuggler's heart doth keep calm time inside. No matter sways a pirate's peaceful pulse. But something stirs in me I ne'er have felt. Is this a rebel's heart I feel within?
Exit Han Solo. Enter Luke and Leia.
What's the matter, Luke?
'Tis only Han. Methought he had a heart for good, but nay, he hath not changed his mind.
He hath a path unto himself. Thou, nor I, nor aught can plot the course he chooses, verily.
I wish as well that Ben were here with us.
A kiss I gave thee once to give thee strength. Another kiss I give in friendship's hope.
She kisses him, then exits. Enter Biggs Darkglider.
Hey, Luke!
Dear Biggs!
It warms my heart to see thee here, good friend. Shall thou go with us hence against the Empire?
Aye, on our return I'll bend thine ears with stories wild and true.
Enter Red Leader.
I pray thee, Luke, canst thou these ships control?
I'll stand as witness, sir, that Luke shall prove more worthy than myself. I'll warrant he's the best of pilots in the Outer Rim. Fear not this one, good sir. He'll earn his way.
Good lad, thou shalt suffice.
Aye, merrily, sir, I'll do my part.
Red Leader exits.
Now must we thither go. But when we come again unto this place, I'll drink with thee a dram of Naboo's ale, whilst thou thy tales relate.
Say, Biggs, take note, for once I did assure thee that I would join Rebellion's ranks, and here am I even now.
Shall be like olden times on Tatooine, dear friend. It gives me comfort for to see thee here. E'en death could come and welcome be, because I know that thou dost ride beside.
Exit Biggs. Luke ascends to ship with R2-D2 and Rebel Chief.
This R2 unit hath known better days. Wouldst thou a fit replacement for it find?
R2-D2 aside.
Thou knave, sayest thou I have known better days? I'll better my days yet upon thy pate.
Nay, say not so, for R2 hath been mine through many an adventure, and belike hath exploits still to undergo.
Beep squeak.
Enter 3PO.
Oh, be thou safe, dear R2, and return, for thou wouldst not that my existence should become a bore.
Aside.
Oh, fate, I prithee, keep them safe, my master and my only friend, else I shall find a lonely, tragic end.
Exeunt. Scene 5. Space. The final battle. Enter chorus.
As our scene shifts to space so deep and dark, or your imagination will hold sway. For neither players nor the stage can mark the great and might scene they must portray. We ask you, let your keen mind's eye be chief. Think, when we talk of starships, there they be. If you can soon suspend thy disbelief, the Death Star battle shall you plainly see. So now, the preparation made with care, toward the Death Star rides the noble fleet. By whir of engines, rebels take the air, with courage strong, their unknown fate to meet.
Exit chorus. Enter Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, Wedge Antilles, Biggs Darklighter, Red Leader, Gold Leader, and other pilots, each standing in a different place to represent their ship. 3PO, Princess Leia, and General Dodonna stand aside. A voice is heard through their computers.
The Death Star doth approach, and shall within the range of Yavin's rebel base arrive within these 15 minutes. Lo, alert!
The men each now shall speak and state his name.
Red 10 doth here stand by.
Red 7 doth stand by.
Red 3 doth here stand by.
Red 6 doth here stand by.
Red 9 doth here stand by.
Red 2 doth here stand by.
Red 11 doth here stand by.
Red 5 doth here stand by.
Aside.
We have our numbers, yet our souls have names. For I am Luke Skywalker, here beside my good friend, good Biggs and Wedge Antilles too. No war shall render us unto mere 3s and 2s and 5s. We ride, for we must, and here we ride in Ben's most worthy name. True, here we ride in Leia's noble name. Aye, here we ride in Alderaan's slain name. Oh, here we ride for all the names which have throughout our lives been written on our hearts. Our debt to them is past all numbering.
Now lock thine S-foils in attacking mode. We shall pass through the thin magnetic field. Use your deflector shields and form in line. I prithee men, take care, and be ye bold.
But look, I say, how large this Death Star is.
Aside.
I'm afear shall be my end.
Pray, peace, Red 2. Now all accelerate unto the speed wherein we may attack. The time is here, good men. 'Tis not to come. It will be now. The readiness is all.
Red Leader, dost thou hear me?
Verily.
The gold team leads onto the target shaft.
We have a positive position reached. Thus shall I fly across the axis, or to draw their fire whilst dost they penetrate.
Enter chorus.
The rebel ships now make their first attack and fire unto the Death Star's iron walls. The Empire shoots with lethal laser back. 'Tis death to anyone on whom it falls.
The volleys fall from close at hand.
I see.
Red 5 reporting. Swiftly I go in.
Aside.
My first attempt here fails. Oh, hit the mark.
With courage rare, Luke makes initial pass and blasts his way unto the Death Star's hull. But now maneuvers he too close. Alas, shall he escape the fire's most deadly pull?
Is it Luke?
I nearly cooked my goose, but all is well.
Aside.
Now shall I take more care.
Enter Darth Vader and Officer 5. Aside.
Full 30 ships descend upon us, sir. So small are they, our lasers pass them by.
Aye, they shall we destroy them ship to ship. Tell thou the crew, be ready to attack.
Exeunt Vader and Officer 5.
Now take ye care, good men. Great fire doth rage from outside the harsh deflection tower.
I stand prepared.
Now, shall I strike? Pray, give me thy good cover, Porkins.
Stand I strong, and ready for to give the aid, Red 3.
Now bravely Biggs doth render sharp, hard blast unto the evil Death Star's armored side. The Empire's fire unto his mate hath passed, and now Red 6 doth face a troubled ride.
Disaster at me strikes!
Eject, forsooth!
Do a barrel roll! I yet may set it right!
Anon, pull up!
Nay, nay! I'll warrant that all shall be well!
Explosion. Red 6 dies.
Ah!
The computer speaks.
In 7 minutes shall the Death Star be within the range of our fair rebel base.
As rebel spirits with great strength redound, a voice speaks until Luke, as to a son. Luke hears the voice, and its familiar sound. 'Tis his old friend and master, Obi-Wan.
Enter Ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Pray, trust thy feelings, Luke.
I hear this voice and know it well. O me, speak thou again, and heed the voice, my soul, and trust thyself. On Ben's command I'll strike a hearty blow.
He shoots and strikes the Death Star. Exit Ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Enter Control Officer.
Squad leaders, mark me well. New fighters have appeared and come toward you presently.
My scope shows not. My eyes to them are blind.
Employ that visual scanning. They approach. Red 7, thou hast one upon thy rear.
My ship is hit! Now I must die, dear friends!
Explosion. Red 7 dies.
Good friends, if thou dost catch an enemy behind thy ship, I prithee watch it well.
Now am I plagued by such a one! Help, help! For neither can I see where he doth go. He flies so close that my maneuvers fail.
Hold fast, brave Biggs, till I can give thee aid. Upon thy enemy I fly and shoot.
Bold Luke, thou hast a life returned to me, so may I one day give to thee in turn.
Enter Darth Vader with Imperial pilots 1 and 2.
I prithee, soldiers, let us hence away, for many of our fighters are removed from their own fleet. Thus let us swiftly go, and straightway make pursuit of these rogue ships.
Vader and pilots enter ships.
Luke, thou art pursued. Pull in!
Pray guard! Thy back, good Luke. More fighters do approach.
I have been hit, but not unto the death. Small R2, see if thou the damage canst repair.
Whistle.
Hang thou on, good droid.
Red 10, canst thou see whither's gone Red 5?
A heavy fire appears upon this side. Red 5, where art thou?
Here, but cannot shake the villain who doth hotly follow me.
I come for thee, good Luke. Be not afraid.
Luke, aside.
Oh, fie, my dear friend Biggs, where canst thou be? Thou promised that thou wouldst owe me a life, but where is now that help of which thou spokest? 'Twas partly for our friendship I am here. For long I wished to join thee as thou fought, and many were the tales of adventurous thou broughtst with thee whilst visiting our home, while still I worked the crops on Tatooine. But now hast thou deserted me, old friend? When I am even at the door of death, hast thou both flown and fled? Say nay, dear Biggs.
Take that, thou scoundrel base Imperial scum!
Great thanks, good Wedge. Heroically hast thou done.
Red Leader, hear my word, the gold team shall begin our swift attack into the trench.
Godspeed, Gold Leader. Go with might and strength.
I fly and fly towards my enemies. This day the dark side of the Force shall reign, as I disrupt the weak rebellion plans, and with my men destroy their every hope.
To Imperial pilots 1 and 2.
Good pilots both, remain set for attack.
The port for the exhaust hath been locked in and marked. That hole shall make us whole, my mates. Now switch thy power to front deflector screens. Gold 5, what sayst thou? Canst thou count the guns?
Belike 'tis 20 yon and hither, both upon the surface and within the towers. Within 5 minutes shall the Death Star be upon our rebel base and set to strike.
To targeting computer presently I switch.
I have received signal on the ship's computer that the port will soon be in our range. But soft, good friends, what's this? The guns! It seemeth that their guns have stopped.
So watch thy rear and stabilize thy shields. Perhaps an enemy doth come behind.
Aye, aye, they come. 3 ships at point 210.
The battle heats as Vader and his men approach the threefold members of Group Gold. The Empire's hate will be fulfilled when Darth makes his power known with blows full bold.
I shall destroy the rebels vile myself. Just give me thy good cover, and 'tis done. Now shoot I once, and death is the result.
Vader shoots. Explosion. Gold 2 dies.
I have no power to maneuver. Fly!
Stay thou on target.
Nay, we run too close.
Stay thou on target.
Wretch, pray give me room.
Darth Vader shoots. Explosion. Gold Leader dies.
Gold 5 doth this ill news report. We have lost Dutch and Tyree both.
In truth, I hear. Stay ready.
Time they do attack.
Darth Vader shoots. Explosion. Gold 5 dies. Luke aside.
So much of desolation and of death. Is this rebellion worth the lives here lost? Yet I would gladly my life give to it. Thus reason not the need, my troubled soul.
Whilst all the rebels mourn the loss of life, upon the Death Star tensions have been proved. The rebels' plan hath reared the threat of strife, but Governor Tarkin stand assured, unmoved.
Enter Grand Moff Tarkin, with Chief Officer aside, in Death Star.
The rebels' sharp attack hath been well probed, and now it doth appear a danger looms. I do confess my love to thee, good sir, and would my very life lay down for thee. Wouldst thou that I make ready thine own ship, that thou mayest flee should fighting turn to death?
Treat whilst we do win the day. You jest! Forsooth, I stand unmoved like a rock.
Exun, Tarkin, and Chief Officer. Computer to pilots.
The Death Star shall within 3 minutes be upon the rebel base.
Red boys, 'tis I, thy tried and true red leader. We shall meet upon the mark at 6.1. Make haste.
Red 2 doth stand obedient at thy side.
Red 3 doth come.
Red leader, hear me now. It is base one who speaks to thee. Keep half thy fighters out of range upon thy next attempt. If one group sadly falls, belike the other shall succeed. So shall we make the Empire take our fleet by halves, not wholes.
I hear and understand, good sir. Now, Luke, take thou Red 2 and 3 with thee, and wait upon my signal ere thou makest thy run. Now hence we go, an empire for to slay.
Red leader with the others, 12 and 10, make their descent into the trench with speed. Their bravery, cunning, and their acumen may give these men the victory they need.
Dost thou agree it should be in our sights?
Pray, keep thine eyes a-watching for those ships that have our comrades cruelly destroyed.
The interference hath become too wide. Red 5, canst thou see them where thou stands?
I see no ships, but wait. Aye, they approach. They come at .35.
I see them now.
My ship hath come in range of that sly port, the port that hath evaded us so far. But now, the target shall be mine. If ye, good friends, may hold them for a while, I shall this battle end with one swift stroke.
Close in, my lads. We 3 shall ride as one.
Aye, almost there.
Darth Vader shoots. Explosion. Red 12 dies.
Pray, fire, else we die too.
Aye, almost there.
They set upon my back. I can no more withstand their quick attack.
Vader shoots. Explosion. Red 10 dies.
I shoot! For rebels' glory, shoot! The blast hath left the shaft.
Hast hit? Is victory yet within our sights?
Alas, my finest effort I have given, but yet the blast falls errant, and doth miss the mark. 'Tis but an impact on the surface. Pooh!
Red leader, be thou not dismayed. We shall protect thee even now. Turn thou toward .05, and we shall cover thee.
Nay, save me not. My engine hath been crushed, and death is welcoming now. Instead, dear Luke, good Wedge, brave Biggs, be thou prepared for thy run. Thou art now our only hope.
Darth Vader shoots. Explosion. Red leader dies.
The Death Star, now in but a minute, shall upon the rebel base on Yavin come.
Once more unto the trench, dear friends, once more. The death of our dear friends we see today, and by my troth their souls shall be avenged. I was not angry since I came to space until this instant. Strike at us, and thou shalt know the power of the Force, thou brute, thou empire full of hate and evil deeds. Aye, pluck us down and we shall rise again. Our cause is not alone for these good men who here were killed today. Our cause is not alone for those on Alderaan who died. Our cause is for the truth, for righteousness, for anyone who e'er oppression knew. 'Tis not rebellion for the sake of one. 'Tis not a cause to serve privileged few. This moment shall resound in history for every person who would freedom know. So Biggs, stand with me now and be my aid, and Wedge, fly at my side to lead the charge. We three, we happy three, we band of brothers, shall fly unto the breach with throttles full.
We stand with thee, ready for the fight.
Luke, at that quick pace shalt thou escape before thy speedy ship is blown in twain?
'Twill be like Beggar's Canyon back at home.
The youth descend at once into the trench, wherein their fates shall surely written be. Darth Vader, close behind, prepares to quench his thirst upon the blood of martyrs 3.
We shall stand fast at hand to give thee help.
My scope doth show the tower, but the port appeareth not. How certain art thou, Luke, that our computers can hit each mark?
Good pilot, watch thyself. Increase to full.
I prithee, what shall we do about the tower?
Give thou unto the enemy thy thoughts, but let the tower be my concern alone.
To R2-D2.
Now R2, fix the stabilizer that once more hath come unhinged. Pray, fix it fast.
R2, aside.
Now shall I be not fool, but fix?
To Luke.
The fighters are behind us, at point 3. They come upon rear too fast. Alack, I've been hit, and must depart, my friends.
Aye, get thee clear, good Wedge. Thou shalt not help our cause if thy ship flieth not. Anon, and live to fight another day with me.
With all my heart, I truly wish thee well.
Exit Wedge.
Aye, let him go. The leader we pursue.
Make haste, O Luke. Methinks they do not approach e'en faster than before. I shall not hold them back for long.
Now R2, straight increase the power.
Whip!
Make haste, Luke. Oh, alas!
Darth Vader shoots. Explosion. Biggs dies.
That ever I should see this day, oh woe! My childhood friend from Tatooine now slain, protecting me from harm. Thou owedst a life, dear Biggs, sweet Biggs, and thou hast paid. And now 'tis down to me, the boy turned warrior. Be still, my errant heart, and seek the Force.
The leader is now mine.
Take care, sweet R2. Come thou back, I pray.
Luke's ship comes closer to the little port, while Vader and his crew draw all too near. Young Luke to his computer doth resort, until he hears the voice speak in his ear.
Enter Ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, use the Force, dear Luke. Let go and trust.
I sense the Force is in this one here, almost as if I did my younger self espy.
I prithee, trust me, Luke. All shall be well.
The hearing of these words is like a balm unto my soul. So shall I trust the Force, and not this fallible computer here.
Luke turns off the computer.
This, Luke, thy targeting machine hath been turned off. What can be wrong? Pray tell.
Nay, all is well. Fear not, good friends.
Darth Vader shoots. R2 is hit.
Small R2-D2 hath been lost.
The Death Star now has come within our range. Commander, thou mayst fire when thou hast made all goodly preparation thereunto.
Now face thy death, thou rebel.
Sir, take heed.
Now in a trice, brave Han is on the scene. The smuggler hath returned on errand kind. With sly approach, he makes his way unseen and slays the Imperial pilots from behind.
Enter Han Solo with Chewbacca, firing on Darth Vader and Imperial pilots. Explosion. Imperial pilots 1 and 2 die.
But how?
Darth Vader exits in confusion, his ship spinning out of control.
Thy path is clear, young Luke. Now do thy deed and let us all make way back home.
I stretch my feelings out and use the Force, and on the instant seems the porthole vast, not small or difficult to strike, but large. The ship is armed, and now I take the charge. The blasts away, and with it all our hopes.
Luke shoots and hits the target.
The laser hits its mark with certain aim, and as the Death Star arms to strike the base, the chain reaction sets the orb aflame. The Death Star hath exploded into space.
Thy timely blast hath hit the perfect mark. Once in a million was thy force field shot.
Remember me, O Luke, remember me, and ever shall the Force remain with thee.
Exeunt. Scene 6. The Rebel base on Yavin 4. Enter Luke from ship with Princess Leia and various rebels.
Hurrah!
Ah!
Oh, Leia!
Luke, thou didst succeed.
Enter Han Solo.
Hi-ho!
Good friend, I knew thou wouldst return. I knew thou must. 'Twas in thy good spirit.
Nay, should a pirate let another take his own reward?
Thou gentle soul, I knew thou wert of sterner stuff than money made.
Enter R2D2, injured, and 3PO.
Oh, R2, canst thou hear me? Speak! Oh, canst thou repair him? Say thou canst, I beg. If any of my parts would be of use, pray say the word.
Fear not, he'll be made whole.
We shall at once begin our best repair.
Exeunt 3PO and R2D2 with Rebel Leader 2.
Now ends a noble quest, a battle won. Now hath a true adventure reached its goal. Now hath the good rebellion faced its foe, and triumphed through it, seemed that all was lost.
Along the way, dear friends were lost and made. Along the way, strange creatures have we found. The stories have been told, the villains met, the griefs and exultations all played out.
A chance for new beginnings we have made, directing hearts unto the rebels' cause. These are the Star Wars we have fought and won, for now our battle and our scenes are done.
Enter Chorus.
Now dawns a new day with the sun of peace, the day whereon the rebels welcome fate. For from their enemies they find release, and now with mirth they come to celebrate. Young Luke, strong with the Force, doth walk beside the noble Han, whose valor won the day. The rebels form an aisle and rise with pride, as Luke and Han march forth in grand display. Now Leia smiles and gives them their reward, as each bows low with hope and joy sincere. C-3PO and R2 now restored. Look on as brave Chewbacca sounds the cheer. There let our heroes rest free from attack, till darkness rise, and Empire striketh back.
The end. Thank you for listening to our radio drama presentation of William Shakespeare's The Jedi Doth... pardon real quick. Thank you for listening to our radio drama presentation of William Shakespeare's Verily, A New Hope by Ian Dosher. The chorus was played by...
Me, Reach's Beast.
Luke Skywalker was played by...
Me, Joel Guttman.
Obi-Wan Kenobi was played by Sean Robert. Han Solo was played by...
Me, Hayes Converse.
C-3PO was played by...
Me, Celeste English.
The parts of Darth Vader, Wedge, Red 6, Officer 4, Jawa 1, Chief Trooper 7, and Being 1 were played by
Me, Danny Hill.
Princess Leia, Captain, Gold Leader, Cass, Officer, and Red 7 were played by
Me, Queen Noob.
Grand Moff Tarkin, Biggs, Computer, Commander, Red 10, Trooper 5, Being 2, Gold 5, Trooper 4, Rebel 1, Officer 2, Envoy, Rebel 2, Trooper 9, Jawa 2, and R5D4 were played by
Myself, Jason Amherst.
R2D2, Dodonna, Guard 2, Tagge, Imperial Senator, has faith, on Beru, Jabba, Chief Officer, Trooper 3, Trooper 2, Gold 2, Red 9, and Pilot were played by
Me, Abby Brenner.
Group 5, Uncle Owen, Red Leader, Guard 1, Motti, Officer 1, Greedo, Trooper 1, Willard, Chewbacca, Innkeeper, Officer 5, Trooper 8, and Red 11 were played by
I'm Cam.
And the narration was done by me, Dakota Sparks. Audio engineering was provided by John H. Baker. We are pleased to announce that on Saturday, February 19th, we will be doing a special RaDEEo drama showcase of short scenes and stories that will be hand-selected by the cast. The performance will begin at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. For more nerdy content, please follow Digital Era Entertainment here on Twitch, and you can listen to our past radio drama performances on Digital Era Entertainment's YouTube channel. Once again, thank you for tuning in. We hope you'll join us again next time.
Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us across social media for updates. Thanks for watching!